Oh, hey. Oh, okay. Hello? Okay, yeah, like, I wasn't sure if I was on mute or not, because I haven't used this mic in a while. That mm, oh, how does it sound to other people? I'm gonna open up the stream on my phone so I can see the chat. Mr. Egg says Star has audio, but Goodly still isn't there. Is Goodly in? Oh, Kuko said, "There we go. We can hear you." Oh, let me. Okay, something. I'm taking my earphones off. Oh, okay. I didn't. I forget that the streams have like a bit of a lag, so like I'm just hearing stuff that I just said a few minutes ago. God, that's weird to hear. It's probably why Summer's got that 2 monitor setup. It looks like I'm dominating in Pong, but he's playing against a computer. We don't know how to do co-op. It's okay. Yeah, I don't think I'm really in a playing mood anyway. Oh. Well, let me introduce myself. You've probably seen me lurking around other people's chats, in comment sections, arguing about stuff I probably shouldn't. I made a little animation about a mouse turning into a tampon. That's pretty kino. It's really old. It doesn't matter. Okay, so the way I draw stuff usually is I draw it I do the line art in pencil in a sketchbook, and then I like take a photo of it, or I think for that I scanned it because like my college had a scanning machine, and I think that was actually done in Photoshop. But I am a broke bitch, so I do not use Photoshop at home. I use Fire Alpaca, which I made my 2 bad looking stills in, and I'm probably gonna try to redo my stills because uh I'm because I try to force myself to be the type of person who can just do a sketch straight up on the tablet so I can cut out some of that downtime. But if anything, it just made more downtime. Well, not downtime, but it's like I feel like I'm just wasting a lot of time. So I'm gonna try to do different sketches. Oh, it's Gaia Online. So basically, that's also it was like it's because it's an old ass site, but I think they still have dates for it. So um okay, so for a while they had this thing where you could like well thank you. Where you could like dress up items that you didn't own yet because shit, I couldn't afford those fucking items. I don't think they still have that feature, but yeah. I haven't really been on Maple Story in a while. Not Maple Story. Well, yeah, I haven't been there either. But Guy Online. Oh, and those two were just okay. So like the first time I made a Maple Story, it was actually really fun. But the bad side is this is like early 2000s. Let's say I think 2009 internet. So it took all day and all night for this shit to download because it's not a browser game. It's a downloadable game that you sign up for. What? Oh no, I download it on like a PC because Maple Story is a PC game. Oh yes, like yeah, I know that sounds surprising, but like yeah, it's kind of well because like the graphics look so simple, but no, it's you got to download shit like it's World of Warcraft. Oh dear, people are saying your mic isn't on. Yeah. Oh dear. We're doing that thing where Film Nerd had brains on and brains was muted. We love you, Film Nerd. Thank you. Yeah, I'll take over for you. Thank you, Shannik, for your $10. And you said, "Hey, um, oh, okay." And then I guess I should read Kuko Chads while Goodly fixes his stuff. PSA: Don't trust YouTubers, especially Nintendo ones. I'm not a big Nintendo fan, so I don't really have a bunch of backstory where Nintendo YouTubers wronged me. But I used to watch the Bit Block, but that Joshy guy is kind of into DDLG, and that's cringe. So I don't watch as much of him now. Um,
Are oh, here we go. Is this? Are you hearing me now? Okay, it's making noise. We're hearing it. Oh my god, that was a yeah. The thing is, I'm seeing the noises go up and down on my microphone USB. I don't know what the fuck I did. That was a horrible start. Hey, how you doing? No, I did not use. Oh God, I'm hearing myself though. Is that because you have your? Oh, you're listening to me on the other. Okay. Uh, $2 from Kuko Chad. Yeah, but but yeah. They didn't hear any of that stuff I was saying about Star being a woman. It was so informative. The things I was saying. I was talking shit about your YouTube banner. Oh, it was, yes. Jeez, it is. Uh, yeah, no, I remember like I made my banner and I kept having to resize and resize and resize it. That's why I think if you look at my YouTube channel, I think my banner has a bunch of like orange and blue like stripes around the side, and that's because I kept having to like it was never the right size, and I don't know why. Like I did the exact size, but yeah, yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. Jeez. Okay. Yeah. Oh yeah. I'm not very good at all. I'm a bit of a boomer. I'm a boomer brain. $2 from Kuko Chad. It probably is. It probably is very up. Now that I no, but now that I what it could be is now that I fixed one thing, I fucked up another thing. Is the yeah. Oh, can they still hear you? $2, but you can trust Goodly Sock and Brains and Film. I don't know. I wouldn't try. And $2 from Sokatone Soldier. First time catching you live. What's up, Goodly? Well, as you can kind of hear, everything's going wrong on the audio end, but that's okay. You know, we're still. It's the fourth stream in, and maybe on the 24th stream in, things will go good. All right. Can everybody hear Star? Uh, oh shit! I did two player by accident. I don't know what the fuck. No two player on this. Yeah. What? What flavor is the toaster strudel? That's pretty good. I love a good blueberry flavored. You know what I'm gonna do? Oh. What was he doing eating a blueberry toaster strudel? Doesn't he usually eat fantastical foods that don't exist? Oh. I've never watched a binging with Babish. I watch the Sausage Man, the Willet Sausage guy, and sometimes he mentions, "Oh, I'm supposed to be working on it. God damn it! I'm working on it. I'm working on it. I hate that this is fuck. Okay, hold on for a minute. Hold on for a second. Hold on for a good lord. Good lord. I think I deleted oh no, I deleted the fucking the desktop. I deleted the oh no. Global settings, audio devices, desktop audio device speakers, Realtek default. Okay, okay. Say something. Say something.
Can you hear me now?
Okay, yeah, no, yeah.
Can you hear me now?
Oh, thank goodness, thank goodness. Let's just fucking destroy this stream. Let's make another stream later on. God. Okay. All right. So fifth time's the charm. All right. Welcome to the wonderful Pong stream. with me, Goodly Draws, and this is Star and Speculation. Now, Star and Speculation, would you like to tell us something about yourself, or maybe your wonderful YouTube channel?
Active as fuck. I don't. Well, okay. So I've posted YouTube videos, but I've probably privated them. So my last YouTube video is from 6 years ago.
Yeah.
I am thinking about getting back on here and making videos about fucking video essays and shit like that.
Damn straight. You should do it.
I have 100 subscribers that I don't deserve.
Yeah, me too. I got like
it's more like 97.
Yeah, I got 1,000 subs that I don't deserve, and I got even more because of that wonderful Chris Chan video I posted. You know.
Oh yeah, doing very well. Still getting new comments every day.
Thank you. Yeah. I feel kind of bad because I might suffer the Chris Chan curse. You know, you post a video about that guy, it's like crack to people. They love it. I'm no different.
Mad that you don't do any more of it.
Yeah. I do want to do one, and I talked about this with Kuko, because like right now there's the meme going around where it's specifically like his dad yelling at him about the house. You know, I want everything about our house off the internet. But there could totally be like, you could totally meme other videos he's done. Like I mentioned when Kuko was on, like it's Chris Chan's first video where he's like, you know, ladies and gentlemen and dudes of all teenagers, I'm here and y'all are there. But imagine it's Abraham Lincoln and it's actually the Gettysburg Address. You know?
Yeah, I really do love that meme. What was I thinking about? Fuck, train of thought. Oh, I was thinking about how weird that Jack as Walt Disney sounds more like you than like, okay, like I know you must be doing Mickey by default because there's no other voice actors. It's like I didn't know he'd get his voice that high, but it's like, but Walt,
it's so easy.
Jack as Walt sounds like you. It's like he kind of could have done both voices, but I'm glad that you included somebody else for what you thought you couldn't do.
Well, no, the thing is, I was absolutely going to do Walt, but Jack was like, Goodly. You have to let me in on this. You have to let me in on the ground floor of this. You know how Jack is. He is like a businessman when it comes to everything. Like, he'll get me to get into VCs because he'll be like, Goodly, I have something urgent to tell you. And I'll get into the VC and I'll be like, what? And he's like, nothing. I just wanted to talk to you. So he is a very persuasive person. But at the end of the day, I am glad that I let him do the Walt voice because he did a really good job. And I was kind of concerned because my version of Walt, I wanted Walt to just be kind of angry. But then he did this version of Walt where he's like this like sinister, like very outwardly friendly.
Yeah, the polite rage.
Yeah.
You better get that stuff off there.
You gotta get that stuff off there. Yeah. Because I would have just done it, like, I would have tried to do Walt's voice, but I just would have made him, like, angry. I would have made him, like, old man, like, now, Mickey, you get that stuff off of there, and fast. And then that's how I would have done it. But he does it in such a way where he's got Walt's got a big smile on his face, but he has a sinister rage building. And the moment he walks off screen, he's gonna, like, be, I don't know, bludgeoning orphans to death or something. He's going to be doing something horrible. You know?
It's good to have a vocal contrast, because, like, I've definitely seen some of that meme where, like, someone has their friend on, but their friend sounds exactly like them, so it doesn't help.
Some people will do AI voices, and it's funny, but, like, it's kind of, not even because of the AI, it's kind of lazy, because, like, they'll have the voice for Chris Chan, but they'll have the same voice for Bob. And it's like, that's no fun. The fun of those memes is that, like, it's two characters bouncing off of each other. You know? Well,
okay, and the other problem with the AI voices is that, you know, when you run it through the filter, it picks up on their accent. So, like, a character or a person or a character who wouldn't speak with that Virginian accent, you know, how Chris and Bob speak, you know, it sounds really weird when they do it. Like, low tier, like, okay, like, have you heard, like, the low tier God edits? Like, yeah, like, most people don't talk like Dale. Or when it's like Peter Griffin, it's like, dude, he does not sound like that. So, you know, it sounds off, like, you know, a voice, but it's not thrown in the right way.
They have low tier God edits?
Oh yeah, where it's like, you are nothing. Your life is worth nothing. You serve zero purpose.
I've seen those. The thing is, I haven't seen like I didn't know there were AI edits of that. That's amazing.
Oh man.
There was one. There was one. Like, because the thing is, like, before the Christian thing blew up as a meme, there still were a couple of old videos where it was like AI voices covering the thing, and there's like a Homer Simpson one where it's Homer Simpson's voice doing Christian, but that almost makes it funnier because it's like Homer's kind of mushiness and Chris's mushiness, so it sounds like he's even more of a man-child. It's like double man-child, and it's great. The fucking the thing that I hate about it though is that Bob is also Homer, and it would be so fucking funny if, like, you know, Bob was Abe or something, like a different, either Mr. Burns or Homer's like grandpa. I forget
about Abe, and I feel so bad. He's a great character. It's like I just forget about him because like it's not in all the stories.
Yeah. I used to be with it, and then they changed what it was. Now it is weird and scary to me, and it'll happen to you. Yeah, there's a million Abe quotes that I feel in my soul.
Someone was asking, like, what were we talking about when I was muted or when you were muted? So basically, it was like us being awkward, and he was like, Star is a woman, and I'm like, oh, well, it probably, the screen makes it look like I'm killing it in Pong, but Goodley's playing against a computer, and I'm doing nothing, and I'm a sucky artist, and Goodley's a sucky streamer, and, you know, we're just people, we're just here.
We're sick, we're evil, we're mediocre and bad. And that's okay, though. That's okay.
I don't think I'm bad.
No, you're not bad. I might be bad. What is this? We've got Mushroom says, I want everything about my house out of the Kiwi Mart. The Quickie Mart.
The Quickie Mart.
Yeah, that's true. Homer just put pictures of his house up at the Quickie Mart. I don't know why he would do that. A discount on slushies or something.
What made you want to be a streamer person? Oh, well, yeah.
I don't know.
After you say what you were going to say.
Oh, I don't know. I feel like, well, what did make me want to be a streamer? I feel like it's part of the YouTube package, kind of. Like, I want to make videos, but streaming is also something that you could just kind of go on and do. I think it's just, oh man. I should have an answer.
Maybe that's
for
a
this.
little too deep.
I shouldn't have an answer.
Well, okay, for me, I don't think I'm gonna do a lot of live streams because, you know, I kind of suck. Like, I need the magic of editing to make me sound like a, eloquent person. So, you know, like if I do, it's gonna be like a little special event, maybe like once a month, and I'll give people like a heads up, like, hey, yo, I'm gonna do a little live stream. Check it out. But yeah, like for the most part, I mean, yeah, I think it's good to like have supplement the YouTube algorithm because, like, you know, I hear that YouTube stops recommending your videos if you don't post enough.
Yeah. Well, I think, you know, with streaming, it's a lot easier than like making edited videos, and it's kind of fun to just come out here live and, you know, shoot the shit with people, especially because like with streaming, like with YouTube videos, you get you'll get like 7 cents for 500 views. With streaming, people will like send you $50 just for fucking sitting around and talking and playing video games. And I also feel like it's a good excuse to just play, you know, video games that I haven't played in a while, or play new video games that I've never played. Because there's media I haven't consumed, there's games I haven't played. And it also gives me an excuse to have some people on, you know, have some friends on, talk to them. It's just fun. It just seems like a fun thing. And I mean, hey, if I'm being a YouTuber, I might as well, you know, use every aspect of it. At some point, I'm going to do shorts. I'm going to chop up some of the vids I already have and like make shorts out of them. You know.
Shitty video editor, but, you know, like if teenage kids can make YouTube shorts, I'm sure a grown woman can.
Yeah. This is the thing. Going back to what you said about you need to edit yourself to make yourself sound eloquent and all that. The editing process for my videos is horrendous because It's fine. I mean, you can kind of tell because I'm gonna my way through this whole thing. For my first couple of YouTube videos, I didn't even have a fucking script. So I was like not only was I cutting out dead air, I was like moving shit around. I was like, oh, okay, if I want that to sound coherent, I'll need to take this sentence from all the way at the end of the recording and I'll need to put it in the middle of the recording, and then I'll take this and put it here, and then I'll put this here and there.
So much work.
Oh no, I deleted that part. I just deleted that whole part. I gotta go back. It's like Tetris. It's like a puzzle. You know, it's like a jigsaw puzzle of bullshit. And because I'm very hard on myself, I'm like, well, it's all bullshit anyway. But it really is worth it. And I'll still see the flaws in my videos, but it really is nice to see it all come together. It's just something satisfying about it. You know?
Hopefully, I will get used to the sound of my voice because, God, I hate it.
Yeah.
Mr. Egg said something that I relate to on a spiritual level. Mr. Egg says, Ass has been writing a script for almost a year at this point. The grind is real. And dude, I started I probably started like a few YouTube scripts like years ago that I haven't finished. Like, okay, so the big video that I've been working on, or said I've been working on but haven't really, is a big, super comprehensive video essay about Sophia the First, and that's a cartoon on Disney Junior about a princess, and it's actually way better than it probably sounds like it would be. But basically, when I started the script, it was still on Netflix, and then like the license ran out and now it's on Disney Plus, and I don't have Disney Plus, but luckily I've seen the series at least twice, so I'm good. I remember everything, but I still got to get clips, so maybe I do got to get Disney Plus.
I kind of prefer, when it comes to Disney Channel shows for children, I prefer Doc McStuffins. That's some quality programming right there. There's a broken toy and she fixes the toy.
Haven't seen it. I mean, it looks cute, but I just haven't seen it.
I saw it once because my sister was babysitting a kid. And then I also saw that Jake and the Neverland Pirates. That's fine. That's acceptable. Captain Hook is in it.
No. Well, I don't think Mormons got Disney cartoons.
You don't think what do the Mormons have to do with anything?
Oh, someone named Mushroom said the Mormon cartoon. Like, I don't know if he meant Doc McStuffins or the Neverland Pirates, but it's like, I don't think those are Mormon affiliated.
No. I think they do kind of look... I feel like there are cartoons on YouTube where they kind of look like that. Those, like, propaganda...
Oh, no, I think Mushroom's talking about Jacob and Sophia. That's the Jehovah's Witness cartoon.
Oh, is it the one where Prager U is it a Prager U cartoon?
I don't think PragerU is associated with Jehovah's Witnesses. I think it's their own separate thing. But yeah, like, I haven't seen it. Like, Saberspark said he was going to come out with a video on it, but I still haven't seen that shit. So I guess it's still in the drafting phase because I don't want to watch that. Because I don't know, like that's something you need funny commentary to actually want to sit and pay attention to. Because I don't think I want to see a cartoon about people unironically psychologically abusing their kids.
No, it's that kind of shit. It's like, I think I saw one cartoon where it was like a kid was playing with a toy, and it was like a wizard. So it was like a teddy bear wizard or a teddy bear robot wizard, and he's telling his mom about like the lore of the toy. I don't. My brain has been poisoned that I'm calling it lore, but he's like, this is my teddy bear toy character, whatever. He uses magic. And the mom's like, now, honey, who uses magic? Who uses magic?
Magic is from the devil, of course.
Yeah. God? No, she's the smuggest cunt in the world. And she's like, who uses magic, honey? God or Satan? And he just sits, he's like depressed, Satan. And he throws the fucking toy away.
That's so sad. Like,
it's the most depressing shit.
There's like Jewish and Christian magicians in the Bible, or at least I don't think they call themselves magicians, but they did magic stuff and they were wise and shit like that.
God kind of has carte blanche on the magic tricks. Only God is allowed to do the magic tricks. He gave all the magic tricks to Jesus and his prophets, but if anyone else does it, that's Satan and that's bad.
Like, I'm not like super Christian, but I'm also not like a Christian hater, but it's like, damn, why do y'all want to take the fun out of life? Like, I mean, sure, I guess you are supposed to devote your life to serve God and all that, but like, how are we supposed to serve invisible sky daddy if he doesn't talk to us. At least let us enjoy life while I'm here.
Yeah. The problem is, I mean, I'm like an atheist, but I think the more, like, the older I get, the more I do appreciate some of the stories of the Bible. They're a series of metaphors and all that stuff. I talked to Venom. Shout out to Venom. He's a like a theo. He's studying religion in college. But my thing, I forget what I was gonna say. My thing with Christianity, and this is a historically documented thing. Whenever like Christians would take over a certain like region of the world, they would take all the mythology and replace it with, Christian mythology, because it's easier to convert somebody. Like, it's harder to convert somebody if you destroy their entire culture. So what you do, which is almost more insidious, is you take the culture and you make it about your own shit. You like appropriate it, essentially. You're like, okay, you guys can still do this, but this is about Jesus now. And a lot of the times when they like rewrite the mythology, a lot of the cool magical creatures become like, because there's no other than
like
God.
They become fairies or devils or angels, maybe. I don't know.
No, like they all become evil, essentially. Like the fairies in like Celtic lore, fairies are just like these mischievous sprites, these silly mischievous sprites, and sometimes they'll help you, but other times they'll hinder you. They're your whole thing. Like they'll either like give you a cake, or if you piss them off, they'll mess up the signs.
Children.
And they'll make you drown in a lake because they gave you the wrong directions or something. But Christianity came and said, oh, you know what fairies actually are? We're going to rewrite this. They're the souls of unbaptized babies. They're the souls of abortions, is what they are.
I don't think I'm baptized. So, if I die, rest in peace me. Pour some holy water and some lean on my grave, please. Thank you.
Yeah. Lean. How about you lean down on me and pour me some lean?
Oh, jeez.
I've never had any lean.
Me neither. I don't know. Just what was I thinking about? I'm probably gonna say that a whole lot of times during the fucking stream because I have zero train of thought. The rails are all covered up by grass and rocks and shit.
You're off the rails.
Prince of Egypt is free to watch on YouTube. So that's cool. Good for that. I just haven't been in the mood to watch it, though.
Is it copyright free? Does it have no copyright so I can play the whole thing and watch it?
Well, I have YouTube Premium because I'm bougie, so I can watch it with no ads, but you probably will be accosted with ads.
Oh, I hate ads. I have more ads now. You want to know the funny thing is that I have an ad blocker, but the ad blocker requires me to pay, so I don't use it. But I think YouTube can still register that it's there. So not only does it not do anything with the ads, it's also making, because YouTube makes your fucking browser slower now. It knows how to do that if it detects ad block. So there's no benefit to
trying to encourage piracy for me.
Yeah.
So Spark, I'm a very cautious person because back when I was a wee child, I definitely enjoyed some free content, free games on the internet, and gave my dad's computer a whole bunch of viruses, and he had to replace his computer like every 2 years, and I felt so bad. So I try not to go on these piracy sites if I can avoid them, but thank you.
I don't know what, like, I've definitely fucked up computers with like viruses and stuff, but I feel like now I'm so used to it, and I'm so, like, I don't know what it is. Like, the computer I have now, I think I've had it for a very long time, and despite going on a lot of sketchy sites, nothing bad has happened so far, or nothing too bad. So I think the only thing I have to deal with is that embarrassing thing of, like, you see, like, hentai advertisements in the fucking corner of your eye, like, this game will make
the second reason. It's like, it's an intrusive viewing experience.
It's like a woman's
I mean, I guess if you pair it with the ad blocker and the piracy, and then you'll be golden, but, like, I don't know, like, let's be honest, like, the free ad blockers are probably sketchy, like, free VPNs.
Yeah.
And now we got Relative Depression Laughing Helm calling me a freaking YouTube Premium shill.
Yeah.
Come on, I just want to support the ecosystem of our community, man.
I'm gonna be honest. For a while, I had YouTube Premium, and I think I lost my credit card or something, so I couldn't pay for it for a little bit. No, what it was is
it auto renews, so chances are you had you probably had the 30-day free trial, and you're like, oh, I'm good.
No, it auto renewed, but the thing is, I lost my credit card and had to cancel the credit card until I could get a new. Well, it wasn't credit; it was debit card, And I had to cancel it, so the auto renew didn't work. And eventually, I was like, okay, I'm gonna get off of premium because that's funny. And I always am like, okay, maybe it's worth getting back on premium, but I feel like every time I look at the cost of premium, it goes up. It hikes up in price. And I can't in any good faith justify paying. It's like with Discord Nitro. It's like this is literally nothing, and I'm paying $90 a year for that. No, I'm not going to do that. Premium, it's different. YouTube Premium is different because no ads, but it just feels like such a waste of money. And I'm probably wasting my money in other ways, with daily trips to the
I've watched so much YouTube.
Yeah.
I feel like I watch so much YouTube that it's kind of worth it, but it's like, it sucks to have to pay for something that was free before, but man, they're just getting ridiculous.
Yeah.
And okay, unfortunately, because I don't really have cable TV anymore, so I almost see no ads. So I barely know what new movies are out. I don't know who's running for president.
Who cares?
It's like I'm in a weird little bubble.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I feel like that too. I feel like that too a lot. I feel like people are getting, the more you're online, the more you're sort of the more you're plugged in, the more you're, I don't know, cut off from the world. You're like, who is the president? I don't know. And do you really care, though? I think the older you get, you start not giving a shit about, what new movie is out. It's like, who cares? I'm going to go out and I'm going to see some crap. I'm going to see some sludge. Just to say I got out of the house, and I'm going to watch it, and I'm going to feel no joy. I'm going to eat a big popcorn and an overpriced soda, and that's my day.
I don't know. We're at that age where it's no longer acceptable to be indifferent to politics, Like when you're a kid, that's okay. You're still forming opinions. It's like, you're a grown-ass adult. Get your ass to the polls, stuff like that.
No, but now I don't care. I think this is probably... fuck it. I don't know anything about politics is the thing. Yes, I should know something about politics, but I don't. So I don't talk about it, and I don't care about it. Maybe I should, but the more you learn about politics, we kind of live in an era right now where we are more aware than ever all the problems of the world, all the big, daunting issues, and the little ones too. We just understand it all. But we're also very aware of how little one person can do, how little we affect change. And yet we're still expected to all right, go out and do something about it and protest and make sure when you're talking about anything in your daily life, be conscious of all these different issues and concerns. And the flames are getting higher and higher in hell, but remember to act like an angel all the time, forever. That's how I feel about just the state of the world. I don't know if that makes any sense, or that's just me being an old doomer. But I don't know. I could stop complaining about shit. I could go to a soup kitchen and serve old homeless men soup. But then I still don't know who to vote for even if I'm doing that. Odds are I'm going to vote for the wrong guy.
Is there any right guys for real?
No. And that's the thing, is for the past fucking 10 years, for the past 8 years, it's not been about the right guy, and it's never about voting for the right guy. It's about making sure the other guy doesn't get in. Because, that guy's bad. But this other guy is so bad. It's not even a choice. It's not even a choice. And if you vote for third party, you threw your vote away. It's about not letting the other guy in. And then so we vote for the lesser of two evils, and then the lesser of two evils is still evil and fucks up in some way. And what pisses me the fuck off...
It doesn't sound too bad, you know?
What pisses me the fuck off about this election year is that literally you say, oh, I don't know who's running for president. You want to know who's running for president? Who ran for president the last 4 years ago? Joe fucking Biden. Joe fucking Biden and Donald cocksucking Trump. So we don't even get we don't even get one new fucking choice. It's the same two stinky, dirty fucking leftovers, and we have to be fucked over making the same awful fucking decision again. Neither of these people are correct. Like, you choose Trump, and it's fucking, I probably shouldn't be getting into fucking politics, but like, Trump's an idiot. I was trying
to think of a thing to line up, like, yeah. What's a fun political thing so we don't get like like people don't leave.
I just want to say this is that, like, you choose Trump, he's gonna fuck something up because he's Trump. But with Joe Biden, the economy just sucks now. So it's like, okay, you vote for Trump and you deal with the kids in cages, you deal with the fucking the secret police that is ICE. Or you have more of fucking Sleepy Joe and the economy tanks and tanks and tanks, and now it's 50 at this point it's going to be $50 for a fucking tank of gas. But anyway, no, that's no more fucking politics. I'm sure I pissed everybody off by saying that because I don't know what I'm talking about, but I don't like either of them. I don't.
Well, we lost two people, but that's okay.
Yeah, that's okay.
Sometimes it could just be a united thing. They had dinner or at 10:27. Like a Spanish person. That happens.
Yeah.
I got one of those little wooden mannequins that you get because I'm a art poser.
Oh,
and they're not as flexible as I thought they would be, and so it's really not that helpful.
It's a bit of a ripoff. You just gotta go to Google.
Yeah, it's like, bro, I want my $15 back, but I'm kind of bad at returning stuff, so like the 30 days was up by the time I remembered to do so.
What's a good thing to do is sometimes you either look at yourself or you get like a friend to pose for you. You get like a guy to pose in the mirror or take a picture, and then you use that, which it's not necessarily the easiest thing to come by, somebody that's gonna want to help do that. But I don't know.
Yeah, like when I was drawing my stills, I'm like, because like usually I do look at myself, but I don't have a mirror right next to me, so it's like, how do I draw boob being squished by arm? Because that's just something that happens, and it's like, damn it, I don't know what to do.
Yeah, that sounds horrible. Why don't you go to any pornography artist, and they'll tell you how to do that.
Jeez.
Well, first you got to make them real big. Secondly, you gotta make them. I don't know where this is going. $10. Sokatone Soldier gave us 10 buckaroonies. And what's he say? I personally just avoid politics if I can help, and I have more important shit to worry about than which old fart is worse. That's true. I think politics are important, but when it comes to like the president, like there's never gonna be a really good candidate. I don't know, just whatever. What I should do, what I'm going to start doing is whatever issues I have with the world, I'm just going to write my congressman an angry old man letter. Like I woke up in a cloud, pissed me off because it was a weird shape. I see a tweet on Twitter that I don't like. I'm just going to start doing that. I'm going to start harassing my congressman. You see that shit with AI? I'm gonna That's the thing is like you see on Twitter, you see people complaining about AI art, but they don't actually like protest. They don't actually like do anything to affect the laws of AI art. All they do is they see somebody like posting art, and they will respond and dunk on the person who posted it. You see that this shit is happening with fucking Pal World, and people are still playing Pal World. So what you need to do is write your congressman and be like, hey, what are we going to do about this AI art shit?
Not doing anything illegal.
No.
As far as I'm aware.
No, it's not illegal, but you can change the laws and make it illegal, is the great thing about the laws.
It's illegal to now be too much like Nintendo?
No.
That sounds Monopoly-ish.
I'm not talking about Pal World. I'm talking about like
AI art.
I'm talking about the ethics of AI art, how it apparently like takes other people's art. It doesn't really take it, like copies it, but it's
like,
it's
okay.
not
so the way like I'm definitely not like one of those AI art shills, but like the way I would describe it is like when you like, because it compiles stuff in a way very similar to the way a human brain would compile stuff to make an art style. Like, sure, they kind of do gravitate to the same generic anime waifu shit and blonde Hollywood supermodel shit. So like a lot of characters end up looking the same anyway, but the
thing is, they absolutely...
when you take two different art styles you like and combine them in your head and then you have a new art style, that's very similar to what AI art does.
Yeah.
Not saying that you should go and be an AI artist because you're a lazy fuck, but just it's not quite stealing like like artists on Twitter will say it is.
Well, it's almost like taking, because I think I learned in college there's a lot of art, there's a lot of like modern art where it's collage. So you take images that already exist and you like mash them up and you present them in a certain way. Like you cut it. I'm sure there's a lot of examples of that. The problem is there are like legal issues. So you can't just like take any image and cut them up. If you take a picture of fucking Mickey Mouse and then chop that up and put that with a picture of SpongeBob, then guess what? The fucking corporations are gonna be like, hey, you took our thing. What are you doing with that?
I think it's kind of like you have to have like below a certain percentage of that artwork used, So like, so if you made like a 30 feet by 30 feet collage canvas, you used a very, very tiny picture of Mickey Mouse as like, I don't know, black shading for something, like you're doing some Chuck Close type thing. I don't think they would sue you because you wouldn't be able to see there was a Mickey Mouse on it unless you got really, really, really close to it.
But then what's the point of using Mickey Mouse then? Is the thing. You could have just used any black thing. Well, I guess that's the practice.
Because it's a collage, bro. It's about you getting close to it. You're supposed to, but you don't have to, Have you seen Chuck Close's art?
No, I haven't. I'm tempted to just close this stream and look up Chuck Close right now. You know what?
Open up another window.
I'm such a fucking idiot because when you said Chuck Close, my brain corrected it to Chuck Jones.
No, that's understandable.
Well,
I was trying to make sure that I had his name correct too, but yeah.
I guess because we were talking about cartoon characters, we were talking about the wonderful Mickey Mouse. Even though he never worked with Mickey Mouse, he worked with Bugs Bunny and all them. But I guess it's in the same wheelhouse.
Let me explain Chuck Close to people who are on their phones and don't want to open up another tab because that's understandable. I hate it when YouTube people just reference things and then they don't show examples of what things are supposed to look like. So Chuck Close is an artist so he has these really big portraits, but the portraits are made up of very small abstract shapes. So like, sure, it's shaded to look like a person, but it's actually a bunch of wiggly lines and squares put together, something like that.
Did he do I don't know if I think this technically counts as collage art too, even though it doesn't use existing images, but the guy that made,
because he's not a collage.
The guy who made Hungry Hungry Caterpillar and all of those children's books.
Oh, Eric Carle. Yeah.
Because that's kind of collage because it's made up of a bunch of different like chopped up pieces of paper, and he literally it looks very organic because he tore them himself. He didn't use scissors. And he just,
relative depression. We know Chuck Jones is dead, and so is Chuck Close. Apparently, he died in 2021. Didn't know that. Well, okay, I thought he was already dead. But
did Chuck Jones?
Who cares?
When did Chuck Jones die?
I don't know. Probably early 2000s.
Damn.
Maybe 90s. Who knows? They're making cartoons during the freaking Great Depression, bro. You got to remember how they must be really old.
Yeah. Well, I think Depression would know a thing or two about that because his name, there's depression in it. So I think that's why he gravitated.
I think his name is more like emotional depression and not economic depression.
Okay, well, the same thing, same diff, same big whoop.
Relative depression. Are you economically depressed? Do you have money?
Yeah. No, none of us have.
No, I probably shouldn't be asking financial questions.
Let's just assume that none of us have money. We're given our hard-earned dollary dues to streamers so that they'll pretend that they'll like us. Is what we do.
Oh yeah, tax season is coming up. And you guys.
These are some.
I know we appreciate you guys.
Some wonderful some wonderful topics. It's like, oh, let's talk about politics. By the way, did you pay your taxes? You're gonna get. Remember how great it is to get fucked by your taxes. We're here to make people really relax and wind down with talks about economic depression and you know, being fucked over on your taxes. The government doesn't tell you how much money you need. It's good stuff.
Hey, you guys. Well, thank you for being generous with us, but don't go around giving all your 5s and 20s to every stream who has any voice, because then you'll end up with less money than you thought you would have. So, just be cautious. Be careful of those microtransactions in the video games. So many of those.
Spend all of your money at the Dunkin' Donuts. Hike to the Dunkin' Donuts. Hike a mile to the Dunkin' Donuts every day and buy a strawberry refresher and a sausage, egg, and cheese on a croissant. And you'll be right as rain. It's a good financial decision. Yeah. What do you get at the wonderful Dunkin'? Do you go to the Dunkin' Donuts?
I don't really go to Dunkin' Donuts all that often. Truth be told, I think Krispy Kreme has better donuts, but I like Dunkin's other stuff. Okay, so near me, my Dunkin' Donuts is a combination Dunkin' Donuts and Baskin Robbins. So that's cool. Kind of like
you could get a donut with ice cream on it. That's amazing.
Yeah, so it's it's like you gotta avoid that shit.
No. You go in and you get tempted.
Yeah. You probably end up spending like $30 in sweets, so that's not fun. Yeah, so my favorite breakfast sandwich is still the sausage egg McMuffin from McDonald's, not sponsored.
Yeah, not sponsored by McDonald's.
It would be so great if regular actual brands and not would you like some Ridge Wallet would sponsor people, because I am so tired of people recommending me shit from Scentbird.
Well, the problem is that those types of companies, it's high risk, low reward for them. So you need the more desperate companies like fucking, Manscaped. Hey everybody, did you wash your balls today? Did you wash your filthy balls? Well, I've got an advertisement for you on my fucking racist gaming channel. Is the thing. You're not gonna have Dunkin' Donut sponsor, I don't know, fucking Sargon of Akkad. It's not gonna happen. McDonald's, no.
A streamer ad is relatively cheap, because serious ad campaign is millions of dollars. All you got to do is tell a YouTuber throw $100 their way and be like, hey everybody, I'm really a fan of it's so great to spray on floors so you can keep disease free this winter.
Does Audible.com still do advertisements?
I think they do, but I don't see them as much.
Yeah.
And I don't know. There's that other it's an audio thing. Basically, I think it was called Dipsy or something, where it's I think it's erotic stories or romantic stories. I remember Blair from Illuminati was getting sponsored by them a lot. I don't know, okay, I would be flattered to be considered for a sponsorship from such a site, but I also would be bro, that's fucking cringe. I can't fucking tell people hey, are you feeling lonely and horny and need to wind down? Listen to some stories written and narrated by women for women.
By women for women. That sounds even cringier that they have to put it's women-made stories. This is a feminist erotica store that we're doing here.
Well, well, we know what we like, so of course we'd say things that other women would like.
I guess. I mean, I guess
it does sound gay when you think about it.
It sounds gay, but at the same, you're right. Maybe I was too quick to judge, because there are entire forums and websites about men writing women incorrectly. So maybe the women should write for the women. You don't see women writing for.
I'd be very upset if I read a story where a guy was like, "Oh yeah, I stuck in her pee hole," and if she said it felt so good, it's no, that would hurt. Stop it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not. It's different fantasies for different women and manacies, is what I say.
Oh, and then I think those subscription meal services are kind of, it's stupid. It's just learn how to grocery shop better, bro. That you're not saving money, you're not saving the environment. Just, bro, fucking what was it? Not Hungry Box. It's the one that pretends to be healthy. Hello Fresh. No, it's not
Hello
Hello Fresh.
Fresh. Blue Apron.
No, okay, it's either Hello Fresh or it's this one with the white packaging where it's like, oh man, we have quinoa and like squash, you know, where it's like you put it in your blender. I don't remember what it's called. Daily Harvest. Yeah, that's the
Daily
fucking
Harvest.
shit. Yeah,
Sounds
it's so
evil.
stupid. It's like, dude, they're just boxes of frozen vegetables. You can get a bag of frozen vegetables from Walmart. Why are you? This is stupid.
This is Well, it's. I mean, a lot of those programs are predicated upon laziness. Hey, are you too stupid to go to the grocery store and prep a meal yourself? We'll prep a meal for you, and it'll be $20 extra for the meal prepping. You idiot.
Oh yeah, Mushroom knows what's up. There's this other meal service called Factor. Saber Scrub is sponsored by them, but it's like, yeah, it's the same shit. It's like, oh yeah, they'll deliver meals to my house because DoorDash was getting expensive. It's like, bro, either learn how to cook. Like I am not going to pay a service to give me freaking lean cuisines to my door. I can buy them from the store.
Yeah. Oh boy, I can't wait for the monthly Lunchable package. Maybe they have the pizza. Maybe they have the chocolate pizza one. I love that. When I was a kid, I was such a picky eater. I didn't know I liked the cheese. I would like make the, because you have the Lunchable where you make your own pizza on the little cracker, and I would put sauce and pepperoni but no cheese. I was a freak back then.
To be fair, I don't think their cheese was really good, because
it wasn't. You didn't melt it.
Because
you needed to melt the cheese. You couldn't at the fucking lunch table. No.
Well, like, have you seen, like, there's this Brutal Moose. I don't watch him all the time, but sometimes I do like to watch his food videos, and sometimes some people heat the Lunchable up, but like, I think that defeats the purpose of the Lunchable because you're just supposed to eat it straight out the pack.
Yeah, that's the point of the lunch. It's for like a lunch table at school. So no, you can't be going gourmet with a fucking Lunchable. It's for like you're at a camping trip or you're at like a picnic or whatever. You're at a park bench. And you open up your Lunchable and you're like, oh boy, cold marinara sauce and shredded cheese. Mm-mm.
Yeah, and I remember their I feel like if I remember correctly, their marinara sauce tasted shitty. Because I remember I went to White Castle for the first time and I got some of the the mozzarella sticks. And their packs of marinara sauce are so gross. And I'm like, this is like the freaking Lunchable sauce. I mean, Jesus.
Well, White Castle is known for being shitty, right? The thing is, I've never gone.
The burgers were good. I think I had a burger. I don't remember what I had.
I've never.
I remember I had mozzarella sticks.
I haven't ever gone to the actual place, but I just remember like we were at a convenience store in college, and my two friends they found a pack of White Castle burgers, like in the little.
Oh, yeah, I used to tear those up from the frozen section. Bro.
No, but it literally tasted like diarrhea. It looked and tasted like diarrhea. And they were like, "Oh no, it's not actually good. They just like it because it's cheap." And I'm like, "You could just go get a burger."
No, I feel like when I first started eating those, I'm like, "Man, this is good." Like, I mean, sure, it's not as good as like burgers from actual restaurants, but it was still very tasty. But I think I ate too many, and now I'm like, I can't. Like when you wear yourself out of eating something too much because I'd buy like the big 24 pack and then I'd my favorite sauce to put with it is like I think it was like Thousand Island with a little extra relish because you don't want to have a dry burger. So
no, you don't. You're putting Thousand Island on your burger?
Yeah, that's the it's basically Big Mac sauce basically.
Really? I didn't know about the Thousand. No. It still sounds weird
like
though,
McDonald's
when you say
swears up and down that their sauce is special and they don't have nobody else has the ingredients. Like, bro, it's Thousand Island. Stop playing.
Oh, is that why it tastes kind of different? Because that's the thing is, I like McDonald's. I like McDonald's burgers, but they taste kind of like there's something about them that you don't get from other burgers. Whereas you get a Burger King burger, and I like Burger King burgers other than the drenching them in mayonnaise. Burger King burgers actually taste like burgers. You can taste like the flame broiled kind of thing. You can taste.
So like when I was younger, we didn't go to fast food all that often. So, but when I was a DoorDash and my freaking brains out, I was basically having burgers every week, and so now I could actually determine the difference. And it's like, oh, Burger King actually is better. I mean, sure, McDonald's has good fries and it's cheaper, but like, like sometimes the burgers just don't sometimes you want a burger because you want that meaty feeling, you know, because you're craving meat. But, you know, when you bite into the McDonald's burger, it's like you're not, it's like I felt like I ate the edge of a rib. That's what I felt. That's the amount of meat I feel like I've consumed.
Which, that's the thing about McDonald's burgers. They have like a different, I don't think McDonald's burgers are bad, but they've got a very specific taste to them. And it tastes more fried. It tastes more like a fried thing of meat than the Burger King burgers, which are actually taste grilled. And I don't know what it. I think. Oh, and the thing is, you said like, oh, well, McDonald's is cheaper. The problem is, it actually isn't cheaper, because if you want a burger that doesn't look like it's been stepped on, you get a burger like you get a fancy one in one of those clamshells. You get like the I don't know, like the
quarter pounder. Okay, sometimes the quarter pounder tastes good, but like one time I had one that felt it tasted kind of like, I'm gonna say it tasted like propane. It was just I don't know, it was off. And you don't want to taste you know, fossil fuels when you're eating a burger. So no, you know it kind of put me off on that.
You've got a picture of Hank Hill smiling behind you with a tear in his eye as you said it. It's like I felt the oh wait, no, you said it was anti. Oh, you're anti-propane. So fuck that.
Well, okay, like I couldn't tell if it was like gasoline or propane, but basically it was definitely a gas feel. Like, you know, it tasted off.
But what you're saying is you want to taste the meat and not the heat.
Yes, with a little bit of char, not. I mean, maybe they just hit it with a blowtorch too hard. Who knows?
Well, no, then that means you do want to taste the heat a little bit, because you want to have the charcoal feeling. But I do understand that. That's what makes the Burger King a little bit better.
Yeah, like I think we had like we were in like a regular, either in like a VC chat or a text chat, where we were like, man, Burger King's fell off when it came to the nuggets, because, you know, I ordered their nuggets recently. It's like, bro, they are dry, they are flavorless. It's like, what happened to our little stars and crowns and hearts and shit? Like, come on, bro.
I remember the first time, like, because they did like a special. I don't know if this was the first time they actually changed the nuggets, but they had a big special where you could get, like, I don't know, it was 25 cents a nugget or something. It was 50 cents a nugget, so you could get, like, I don't know, like 100 nuggets for like $20. And I remember going out, I remember dragging my dad out, and I bit into the first one, and I was like, this would have tasted better if I got nuggets at the supermarket and put them in the microwave. Because that's what they taste like. Dear. They taste like somebody put them in the microwave. And I know Burger King isn't fancy, but at least you get the sense that they dunk this shit in a big bucket of grease, and that's what makes it taste good. But this is just like, this is disgusting. And now, if you want to get any good chicken, you have to get the chicken fries. Which the chicken fries, like, they're supposed to be like,
but like,
are they supposed to be a side?
You know, they're thin. I don't like them. Yeah, I think they're okay, it's weird to have a meat as a side, but I think it is a side.
Because the thing is, usually when I get the chicken fries, I get the chicken fries and regular fries as like a meal. But it's like, you can't make a meal out of fries. So either you're gonna get the chicken fries and a burger and the fries, but then you feel like shit. I've never done that before.
I kind of think that's the turning point. When they introduced chicken fries is when they started slacking on the chicken nuggets.
Yeah. Because and I bet that's why they were like, that's our gimmick, is the chicken fries. Nobody else has chicken that's shaped like French fries. And it's like, yeah, but you had good chicken and you fucked yourself. When it was first introduced,
I thought it was going to be a limited edition item, but then it's been back year after year, and it's like, why are you still fucking here? Like, I mean, sure, the box is cute. I enjoy seeing little cartoon chickens on my food too, but
it's good.
It's like, yeah, but it's like, if you had good chickens by default. Oh, did I click out?
No, you didn't click out.
Oh no,
you're good. You're good.
Okay, like I clicked out of the Discord window because I don't know. I was clicking on stuff. Yeah. Suckato and Soldier sent me a DM. Okay. It says, this video is sponsored by Raid Sonichu Legends.
Yeah. Oh God.
You silly boy.
I don't think so. A Sonichu.
No, reference? We're not sponsored. We're too. Honestly, I think Goodly would be very happy to be sponsored by something, but not right now.
I'd be happy if anybody drove a dump truck full of money to my house. I would accept it. I don't know. The thing is, I would have to. I don't really know what my audience is, to be honest, because I don't know how. I know I'm not kid friendly, but I feel like I'm just on the cusp of kid friendly, where I have to kind of watch what I'm saying, but I don't. And I just
I'm
like
about that
imagine
too.
Star. Imagine like you're watching one of my videos, and it's one of the Pikmin videos. It's like the Pikmin tier list part 3, and the first thing you see is. But before we begin this video, I'd like to take a word, talk about my sponsor, Bad Dragon, and I pull out a big fucking tentacle dildo. You'd be concerned, right? You'd be very concerned.
Oh yeah.
You'd be horrified. It was just okay. And the problem is, I make a lot of I make a lot of porn jokes. I make dick jokes. I make sex jokes. But there's something about that still feels wrong.
Yeah, like, okay, so for part of, like, there's like a joke from my Sophia the first review that it's like I think I gotta cut it out, where it's like I joke that Cedric, the adult sorcerer, spends a lot of time staring at Sophia's chest because that's where her necklace is hanging. Yeah. That's supposed to be the joke, but it's like it's a little risque for something that I feel like I know kids who grew up watching the show would, so it's like I anticipate kids who are like 12 might watch that video and say, I don't know if I want to be making that.
That's the thing.
It's like Michael isn't for 12-year-olds. Like ideally, like I'm like 15 and up, I think, but it's like whenever you deal with Disney princesses, always know that there's probably going to be some kid who's like, I want to be here. I'm a big girl. It's like, stop.
Yeah. But then it's also like, do you have to care, or is it the parents' fucking problem that they just let their kids on the internet? You just put a warning on. You put a, hey, there's some risky jokes in here, and then you let God sort the whole thing out.
Like,
I don't know.
I definitely grew up being one of those kids who snuck off to watch Adult Swim while my parents were asleep, and so like I know that sometimes like when I know kids want to watch things that aren't appropriate. Like, let's be honest, we were like in like middle, like 11, watching people on YouTube like say the N-word and make sex jokes and stuff. Let's be real.
Oh yeah. Oh, you're being real with that shit. It's like, oh yeah.
Yeah, so it's like I know generally what kids like, but like I would feel bad because YouTube does this thing. Like how when you upload a video and you're like, it's not for kids. Sometimes YouTube will think you're lying and will just auto do it for you and be like, oh yeah, it's for kids. It's like, no, stop
it's not. It isn't. I don't care. Like, it's a gray area. I think there's got to be some kind of gray area where it's like, it's not for kids, but I don't care if a kid watches it. It's like the kids shouldn't watch it, but I'm not. Like, I was 15 watching fucking Nostalgia Critic, and I wasn't. Granted, it was 15.
I think it's a proper age for that.
It's a proper age. But I'm like, well, who am I scared is going to watch the videos, though? Am I afraid, like, 8 and 9-year-olds are going to watch it? Why the fuck are you letting your 8 and 9-year-olds on fucking YouTube?
Well, okay, I think back in the day, there wasn't as much kid content on YouTube. Now there's like, there's like shit for like little kids now.
But
like,
that
before
content
YouTube was
is
like, you gotta be at least 13 to be on here.
But that content is also not for kids. It's fucking secret psyop bullshit. It's either like sinister psyop bullshit or it's like Indian content form. It's fucking Elsa Gate, Spider-Man, Chud Wojak teaching your kids how to count any bugs. That's what it is.
Like, okay, also, no, like there is actual kid-friendly kid content on YouTube. I mean, you probably haven't seen it because you're not looking for it because you don't have kids. But like, and then I kind of blame the fact that cable got so expensive. So there's all these people cutting the cord, but they also need cheap entertainment for their kids. So it's like, hey, YouTube, it's like, honey, you probably need to at least invest in like some, I don't know, Sprout, whatever premium service, Noggin, Sprout, Disney Plus, I don't know.
I think I used to watch either Sprout or Noggin, not because I was like in fucking high school at the time, but or middle school. But my parents would babysit these two kids, and so I was watching Miss Spider's Sunny Patch Kids, just kind of observing it. That was a creepy show.
I've never watched it, but it looks so cozy.
It's a very cozy show, but then they have this one character named Spideris, who looks like Robbie Rotten's Spider persona. And he's the creepiest. Oh yeah, I think I've seen that one. He's like a creepy. Like in the first episode, he's a villain, but then like he's trying to like court Miss Spider, but Miss Spider isn't into it. She's into this other guy. But eventually he just becomes like he gets his own family and he becomes like a good character, but he still looks horrifying. And then he gets this like wife.
There's so much drama in Miss Spider Sunny Patch.
He gets this wife who's like the same as him but like recolored. She looks like the devil. Is the thing. She's like a red devil. And these are the two friendly neighbors that live next door. I liked Miss Spider's Sunny
Hey man,
Patch.
sometimes people just demons, bro.
Yeah. I get that.
That's an important lesson for little kids.
Yeah, I guess so, yeah. It was still very funny though that they were like designed so evilly as a kid. And it's not even like one of those kid shows things where, you know, like I love Nightmare Before Christmas and all of those characters are scary, but that's the whole thing is like they're scary but they're not. They're
it's
just very
key on purpose.
Yeah, but with this it just feels a little bit unintentional. It just feels kind of like, what were you? You didn't really think that through, did you? All right,
you know, like sure, I kind of don't like that YouTube has that weird AI that will be like, oh, you're lying, your shit's for kids. But there are channels that do lie and be like, oh, my shit's not for kids. It's like, bro, you literally told, like, okay, so like the official Hello Kitty in Friends channel, it does that where it will have like these tutorials. They'll have these like craft videos and they're cute and everything, but it's like, hey, if you're too young to handle scissors, get an adult. It's like, so this video is for kids. You shouldn't have a comment section. Why do you have a comment section?
I don't know. Well, that's another fucking thing that's like, I don't know.
Okay, like
I'm seeing
for
people...
the most part, I think it's just supposed to be the kids don't get targeted ads. But yeah, I hate that the comments get eliminated. But let's be honest, kids are stupid, and I've seen kids dox them fucking selves. It's like, honey.
I don't know. We're in an age where people are desperately trying to bring order to the Wild West, but because it's still the internet, the people trying to bring order to the West are actually making it even more chaotic. Everyone is a vigilante with a fucking badge and a gun, and as a result, it's not like the sheriff coming in and bringing order to the town. It's 15 different sheriffs getting in shootouts with banditos over the dumbest shit. But I don't know. Maybe the comment section thing. Yeah, you know, I can definitely see that going awry for a lot of shit. You're probably right.
Flare said he was talking to you. Did you ever watch Super Jail on Adult Swim? Seems like your kind of animation.
I did watch a little bit of it. I should watch more of it. Yeah, it definitely is. There's a lot of stuff going on. I've heard it described as like every like middle school, high school notebook, because there's just a bunch of random nonsense and everybody's dying. I also used to watch the show. There was a show on Cartoon Network that was very short-lived, but it was by the same people, and it was like a more child-friendly version of Super Jail. I think it was just called Robots or something. It was like called Robot something, and it was about these two like dipshit... Robotomy, yeah, and it was these two dipshit robots. They were like, I don't know, like 5 episodes. But from what I saw, it was interesting.
I haven't seen it. Like, okay, so I have a video in the watch later section on my YouTube that if you're hearing an alarm right now, I set an alarm for like, you know, this time so I can do something. Okay. But I should probably get up and turn that off, huh?
Yeah. I'm gonna do...
Okay, yeah. You interact with chat. I'm gonna get my thing.
God damn it, I hate the chat. All right, fellas, at this point, I'm gonna be switching over. We played enough Pong. I'm going to be showing you guys a little arrangement by the name of Pac-Man arrangement. Okay, Namco. The thing is, you can't just type in like Namco arrangement or Namco whatever. Here we go. Volume 2. These are
all right, I'm back.
Oh, good. Oh, I was so terrified. I'm done with Pong. I'm going to show these guys Pac-Man arrangement. This is an updated version of Pac-Man that you play it in a lot of the... There are so many of these Namco collections. They're for absolutely every goddamn console under the sun. But in this particular version...
I had a little plug-and-play version that had Mappy and Pac-Man and I think Gala, I think.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, the plug-and-play. I love the plug-and-play. They had so many good plug and plays, but this
I should probably buy another one of that.
Yeah. The first time I played these two arrangement games, it was on the PlayStation 2, and it was like the Namco collection for the PlayStation 2. But they don't have that on this program on this site. So instead, I'm going to be playing what I think this is Namco Classics Volume 2. See, this is the original Pac-Man. We've played that, but this shit. I think the first time I played Arrangement was on the GameCube. Actually, it was really fun. This is an updated version of it, and there's new levels, new graphics, new mechanics. See, this is the new Ghost, and the thing with that Ghost with glasses there, that Ghost is an asshole. If you let it run around for too long, it will hop onto the other ghosts, and it will make that ghost like a superpowered ghost. And you're gonna see that eventually.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah. Let's eat all these things. Oh, shit. This arcade version is much easier, because in the original game, if you lose all your lives, that's it. You have to start from the beginning. But with this game, you can just hit continue, and it will literally let you start exactly where you left off. So this isn't going to be too long a play. I think, ideally, I don't know how long you have, if you have all night, but I think I'm going to be able to get through the 2 arrangements that I want to show people. There's also, like, rally...
I am off tomorrow, so I guess I do have all night.
Yeah.
Oh, Sokotoan Soldier, I see your comment. It says, I had a plug-and-play thingy which had a couple of SpongeBob games. The controller was literally SpongeBob, and his nose was the controller. It was great. I've seen pictures of that one. I kind of want to get that one for myself.
I had that one, too. It was so good. The thing is, I think a lot of the games...
Have I told you how I have, like, those Disney princess-themed plug-and-plays, and, like, 2 of them are, like, the princess is the controller? Pretty
they have
cool.
Disney princess plug-and-plays?
Yeah, most of the games suck, but, like, you know, they're cute. You know, why not?
I mean, that's most of the plug-and-plays. Most of the plug-and-plays that aren't just, like, ported arcade games. They'll have, like, I remember playing the SpongeBob one, and it literally had, like, this is Donkey Kong, but it's in Plankton's laboratory. This is... I don't even know. Well,
okay, and then, like, there's this double thing is... Video games made for little girls tend to suck really bad. Like, either they're too easy or they just weren't play tested at all. So it's like it's buggy as hell. It's like, who did this?
Yeah, it's one of the. I think I'm not the first person who has asked this, but like, people have asked, like, is that why there aren't as many girls, or there weren't as many girls who played video games, because they had to play like Barbie's Princess Adventure for the N64, and they were like, this sucks. Is this what video games are? And they just like never picked it up again. Whereas you could have given them.
So I think it's like a mix of 2 things. Like, I think it's like a bit of a double standard when it came to girls and technology. Like, you know, like it's cool for a guy to be into computers, but for girls, it's not.
Yeah, it's icky.
Yeah, and well, okay, like, you know, Barbie games sell very well, so like it's not. Yeah. So, you know, like, if you like Barbie, great, but if you don't, I mean, I don't hate Barbie or anything.
No. It's
like,
very
okay,
funny.
Like, but I also think the problem would be, like, they wouldn't make games for older girls. So basically, like, once a girl, like, it would be for little girls, and then nothing in between. So it's like, little girls, and then, like, if you're like an adult or a teenage girl, it's like you're basically playing games made for boys anyway. So so hopefully you find a game where all the boys are super good looking, and it will kind of just take your mind off of that.
Well, I mean, I think you talked about this. We talked about this a while ago. There are like games that are more like oriented to, I don't know, traditional women are into, like The Sims and Animal Crossing.
Oh yeah.
Any like life simulator game. That's girls are all over that. And I think I remember, like, my sisters would play The Sims. And they were totally they were absolutely the kind of
those games aren't really, like, made for women. It's like, they can play them, but, you know, it's like, I don't think you're the authority.
No, but, like, I think you talked about it, like, getting a guy into games, you wouldn't, like, show them Animal Crossing. Or something like that. Oh, yeah. Like, because that doesn't necessarily appeal to, and you know, this isn't necessarily like this isn't a binary thing, obviously, but
no, but like, you can kind of check the vibe of a guy who would probably be into Animal Crossing. But like, I remember in college there was this couple, and you know, the dude was a Nintendo drone like you.
Yeah,
but you know, so he had a little Wii. Yeah. And his girlfriend was like, "Ooh, you should be into Animal Crossing." You like tried to get him into Animal Crossing. It's like you can
had a little
like
Wii.
Sometimes like you can tell some guys like goal-oriented games, like where you hunt and find and chase things. So like just being able to chill out, vibe, dress, get new clothes, go fishing, where there's like no real set goals. I think a lot of guys that's hard.
Yeah, it's like where's the what's the purpose? And it's like there is no purpose, which for some people that's great, and I think more and more there are more games kind of like that, like with Minecraft especially. There are a lot of like crafting games now where you can make whatever you want, you can do whatever you want, you can go wherever you want. I think Animal Crossing is definitely different though, because it is, like you said, much more chill. I think you were playing a game where it's kind of like that. It's like the Disney version of it, like Disney's Magical Wish Dream.
Oh yeah,
adventure.
the Disney Dreamlight Valley. Yeah, it's pretty chill. They just got done with the winter themed event, the Christmas winter event.
Oh yeah.
Honestly, it's like I probably it gets. Oh yes, Jack Skellington is in there. I have some cute screenshots that I'd probably give you. Because I know you like Jack. If you just want to see pictures of him sitting down, he looks okay. So when he sits down in the restaurant, he looks so pissed off. But it's like, no, that's just his face.
Yeah,
he's happy all the time.
His determined face. Yeah, he's like, what does?
Well, no,
this
like okay,
mean?
so because it is so weird because Jack is so much taller than every other character that when he sits in the chair, like basically his knees are up to like above the table.
That is so funny. Like, that is absolutely how Jack is built. Jack is a stick figure. Jack is like a literal, like the real world fucking interpretation of a stick figure.
Yeah, like so like when you see it, it's like, oh, you look so weird, and then like, oh, like the first time like I served a meal in the restaurant, I couldn't see his order because I don't know, I guess like the way it's, I don't know how, because usually the order is right above their head. So like when you jack down, his head is close to where most people's heads are. However, I don't think the programmers accounted for that. So his meal order was like closer to the ceiling, and it's like, well, how the fuck you get up there?
Yeah. This is horrible. You said dream in the name of that Disney game, and Depression just said, OMG Dream. Like the fucking
like
Depression is evil.
It's such a weird name to like use as like a mononym, because like, bro, I'm pretty sure he's not the first person to use the name Dream, but like I don't know, risk, like though. I never got into the Minecraft hype, so I'm just sitting here as a boomer. It's like, okay.
Well, the simpler the name, the more now you're like associated with that word almost. It's why, like,
it's different if your name is Cher or Oprah.
Yeah, I mean, you have bands that will do that shit. Like, you got bands with vague ass names like The Doors. Fucking, it's not anything specific. It's The Doors. It's The Beatles. Very simple shit. And I mean, even Dream isn't the only one.
To be fair, I don't talk about Beatles or Doors all that often.
No, but fucking the YouTuber Jelly Bean. Everybody loves jelly beans around Easter, but now there's a YouTuber named that. And when you hear the word jelly bean, if you're terminally online, you think of, oh yeah, remember those memes with the skeletons and they were bullying that little kid? That was amazing. So it's good branding. It's good branding to have as mundane and as simple as a name as possible, because you're like attaching yourself to the fucking meaning of the word almost. People associate you with that shit.
I feel like it seems like a name that you pick when you don't plan on your channel getting really big. Like, oh, I'm just Boxer Girl. That's all I am. And then like, then it's like, oh, I have like 1 million subscribers now.
But then when you picked it, I mean, like 10 years ago, if you picked a name that you planned on your channel getting big, it would be a horrible name. It would be like XXO Dragon Soldier 29. And who the fuck? That's not an iconic name. That's not a brand. It's like how like critical.
Hey, Charlie has that. He has Penguin Zero.
Exactly, and he probably regrets it every day of his life. Like, he's very good at what he does, and he's getting that fucking bag, so it worked out for him. But there's absolutely no way he wouldn't have. I don't know if he can even change it. I think with YouTube, you can't change your fucking name. If anyone could change it.
I think he had like he gave the backstory on it. It's like, yeah, I still like penguins.
Yeah, he just still likes penguins. But yeah. But I think now it's become almost like a meme. But you know, you don't. Ideally, you don't want a Penguin Zero type name. You want PewDiePie. You want Markiplier. You want some simple name that's to the point.
Yeah.
Germa.
Well, do you think my name is too hard? Is that the signal you're giving? It's like,
no,
Star, nobody knows what the word speculation means.
No, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. I feel like I've been a little bit mean to you at the beginning. I like Star and Speculation. I think it's a great name. And first of all, it doesn't matter because when people say your name, they'll usually use the word Star anyway. I mean, Helm gave me shit for this because Helm's full name is Laughing Helm, and every time he would come into VC, I would be like, "Hello, Laughing Helm," and he was like, "That's weird. Why are you saying my whole name?" It's like if you said my whole full first and last and middle name, and I'm like, I don't know. And then I just kept doing it to piss him off. It's like, "Hello, Laughing Helm," from the Discord
Helm,
platform.
you set your name as Laughing Helm. What did you want?
No, but he wants me to call him Helm because that sounds more. And sometimes I do call him Helm now because that's much more organic. But I always I always called him Helm.
Okay, I feel bad when people call me just Star when there's other stars in chat. And most of the time there isn't, but I think in another chat I'm in, there's someone named Trix Star. That's probably a little
But
confusing.
Don't be, but if you want to be a YouTuber, don't be, because that's the best thing in the world for you to be. There are 3 stars, but you are the star, right? That's what I got to deal with Goodly. You know, I don't give a shit that there's another guy Goodly does this.
Oh yeah, the other Goodly with the JoJo profile.
No, I'm not even talking about that guy. There are other YouTube channels with the word Goodly in it, but it's like Goodly Mortgage or whatever. It's I don't know. Goodly Mike was a good guy.
I'm sure probably does a good job getting those mortgages.
Yeah. Goodly mortgages all your payments. Goodly invests poorly. Goodly advises you financially and tells you to get into Bitcoin. And he picks the coin based on the funniest sounding name, and you lose all your money. And your children's college fund goes down the drain. That's a good Goodly site. That's the version of Goodly I want to go to. This is a wonderful game. This game
I feel like the Bitcoin boom... Well, the
Bitcoin boom?
Cryptocurrency boom is kind of ended. I mean, I don't know. I haven't kept my eye on the pulse, but everybody is roasting people trying to do NFTs or NFT cartoons and now NFT video games. It's
NFTs dropped off the face of the earth. They're not.
No, I still think people are trying to make them a thing, and it's stop it.
I have to. I don't know if I should snitch on myself, but I tried to do NFTs. I'm a bad person. I'm not a good guy.
Oh, you're I'm making any of my art, and if chumps can make millions of dollars with these stupid monkeys, surely I can do something.
This is the thing, is I literally saw the naked apes or the bored apes, and I was like, this is the shittiest. That's the bar of entry. Oh, holy shit! I can come up with something. And then I did. I came up with the eyes that I drew, the eerie eyes, which I hate to say it. Those were going to be NFTs, but apparently people weren't as dumb as I thought they were going to be, because NFTs dropped off the face of the earth, and people literally bullied NFTs off the internet. Which I'm disappointed I'm not a millionaire off of shoddy scam work, but that's good for humanity, probably, that we're not as dumb as that. But I did get some.
You don't want to fuck over the planet, but you also don't want to be poor. It's man, how do I win?
We're still fucking over We'll find plenty of ways to fuck over the planet. Don't you worry your little head about it. You know. But at least I did get some good art out of it. I made some very interesting pieces. Because at the very beginning, I was like, how shitty can I make an image, and then just fucking put it up on the whatever store. So I started drawing really, really sketchily, but then the sketchiness turned into some kind of, I don't know, what's the word? The Monet, not Monet. It turned into expressionism. It turned into a very sketchy kind of expressionism, and that's how I got eerie eyes. That's why the eerie eyes look like that. So, nothing. When God closes a window, he opens a door, as they say.
Thought about making an NFT series, be very tongue-in-cheek, where it's Tulip Mania, referencing the you know, that weird stock market that they had back like a really long time ago about with the tulips, and people were trading tulips and shit like that, and now there's like a bunch of tulips in Holland, and a bunch of people went broke selling tulips. It was weird shit.
This is some shit that you have to like do research to look into. Oh, you do, or you do the Beanie Baby boom. You do a reference to the. I forget what was that like.
Oh
the
yeah,
90s?
that too.
A bunch of grandparents bought a shit ton of Beanie Babies, thinking they were gonna like accrue in value. Investment
like,
really
bro,
is.
like Beanie Baby collectors were like the bane of every child's existence, because like you know they just come around and just be so like vicious towards you. It's like, how dare you get in the way of my Beanie Baby collection? I'm going to be a millionaire. You're going to be a dirty little child ruining my collection of Beanie Babies.
I'm gonna retire at 40, and you're gonna retire at 60 because I'm gonna ruin the economy by the time you grow up. Says the Beanie Boomer. Or you get your grandparents.
Granted, I did steal a Beanie Baby from an adult woman, and it got chewed up by my dog, but I still love that Beanie Baby very much.
Yeah. Or you get like grandparents investing in Beanie Babies and then like giving it to their kids and being like, you're gonna invest. This is what's gonna get you through college, is all these wonderful Beanie Babies. So don't play with them too hard.
Don't play with too many of them.
You know, I probably should ask my mom what happened to that friend, because I stole it from my mom's friend's house. Because like, okay, when I was a little kid, I didn't know that adults could still be into stuffed animals, you know? So I was like, what does a grown-ass woman need a stuffed animal for? I don't think I said that to her face, but, you know, I was like, I deserve it more! Because, I don't know, I was like, 5-year-old logic.
Yeah, exactly. I definitely felt that, like, I never really stole. I think I stole sometimes. I very rarely stole. But I remember when I went over, like, my mom's friend's house, and they had this big GameCube with a bunch of GameCube games on it. And I failed to figure out how to play Mario Sunshine, but I remember my mom's friend was like, "Oh, but that's my husband's gaming console. That's Dad's gaming console. So be careful." I'm like, "What the fuck are you talking about? Adults playing video games? But that doesn't happen." And look at me now.
Like, and like now, like I look at my plushie collection and I'm like, oh, I would fucking strangle a child if they tried to take my stuff.
Yeah.
But it's like,
you would strangle a child,
like,
and child you would try to fist fight you over. It's like, it's mine. You shouldn't have this. This is mine. I want it.
It's like I became a better person, but like,
no.
Oh dear.
You ever think? Sometimes I think about it, because I torture myself. With thoughts like this. I'm very judgmental of myself. I think if the child version of me with hopes and dreams and aspirations saw what my life was like now, would he be dazzled by my art skills enough to overlook the fact that I'm like almost 30 living with my parents? Or would he be a mean child and pick up on that immediately and be like, you're a loser. You're kind of a loser. Like, not even mean about it. Like a child just like an autistic child, just being like matter of fact about it, like, oh, you're not doing very good for yourself if you're living like that. When are you gonna
to be fair, I think most kids thought they like the moment they turn 18, they'd have like a fucking house and a car and shit like that.
I remember watching Cribs.
Like, I'll be real, I thought like being a teenager, you were like grown. So.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I remember watching Cribs and thinking, man, my mansion is gonna have a bunch of like rainbow colors on it. And now as a grown adult, I'm like, man, a 1-bedroom apartment, that's going to be great when I'm 40. So, lowered expectations, I guess. Don't you fucking...
I think child us would be very upset with life.
Man, I was supposed to... There's nothing more disappointing when you, like, make a self-deprecating joke and instead of laughing, people go, oh. Like, you made it worse. You were supposed to laugh at my pain. You were supposed to laugh at my pain. We're supposed to make it funny. But I guess that's proof that I do it too much, you know?
Maybe. Like, I kind of thought I'd probably be making a bunch of self-deprecating jokes on here, but I guess it hadn't come up, so yay. Yeah. Facade of confidence is still there.
That's all you need, you know? And don't draw no attention to it either. It's what is it? Like, fake it till you make it. I've learned, like, I've leaned more
good vibes only.
Yeah. The only, I mean, I feel like because I'm talking to you, I feel like I'm reverting to how I am in VC a little bit. But like I've kind of learned how to do like a little bit of a fucking like more radio-y voice, a bit of like a kind of a fake fucking voice and shit like that. I'm less doomery. I'm less like ranty about the world-ish. I mean, I was until I just dropped
again
that
and like
fucking...
interview another webcomic artist you don't know.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Hmm.
Maybe that'll
I think
happen.
that Pixie and Brutus guy might be cool to do an interview. I don't really know much about him though.
Who's Pixie and Brutus? What are those characters?
Oh, you know, the little webtoon about the little happy little kitten and her little grizzled war veteran puppy brother.
No, I haven't heard of that. I think
it's a very popular comic. Well,
Webtoon is for prepubescent teenagers that want to see anime boys date aliens. Hot alien ghosts, yeah. That's not true. I think they're done.
Like, I mean, it's also fun to see anime boys fight fucking demons and shit. That's always good.
That is true. I feel like you're more part of that demographic, and I'm more. I look at that and I'm like, yeah, I'm definitely not. This isn't for me. You know, kind of thing.
Hey, man, I enjoy a nice, funny slice of life family comic as much as the next girl.
Yeah. Me too. I prefer a comic about an onion that punches people that never gets updated. That's the comic that I prefer. I love it when my webcomic artists don't update anything for years and years and years and then come back. I don't know. I guess I picked
there's
up...
this webcomic that I used, like I got into it kind of late, but basically I read it all 2 days and I was like, no, we gotta get to chapter 2!
Yeah. And that sucks when you get at the very end and you're like, man, when is fucking... When is... You're left at a cliffhanger, man. You're left at a cliffhanger. You're like, I just got invested in this fucking story and it's never gonna pick back up. Try being a I mean,
okay.
When it comes to like a web series, try being... I don't know if you give a shit about this series, but there's a series called Mario Bros. Z. And
I've heard of it, but I've never actually seen it.
It was around back with, like, the contemporary games that were out at the time were Mario Sunshine. Like, that's how old it was. Like, the Wii wasn't even a thing. But the horrible thing is, like, it left on a cliffhanger, like, not even halfway through the story. And it stayed that way for a long-ass time, because the dude... Alvin Earthworm, I think he like, gets himself into weird drama. He's one of those artists where he's just always complaining about, like, if you don't stop asking me when it's going to be done, I'm never going to finish it. You know what? And then eventually he's like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm not doing it anymore. And then years later, he picks it up again, but he decides, you know what? I'm not gonna like start where I picked up. I'm not gonna start where I left off. I'm gonna completely redo the series, and I'm gonna start at square one, and I'm gonna redo everything. And people are fucking pissed because it's like, now we're gonna be like 60 years old by the end of the series. Like, it took 2 years for him to get to, and it's even slower now because he's learned more techniques, he's refined himself. But now, like, chapter 1 came out like 4 years ago, and chapter 2 only like happened like 1 year ago. You know what I mean? Like, we got to the part where Yoshi fought Mecha Sonic and got the shit beat out of him. And it was a great fight. It was an amazing fucking fight. It made me actually feel sad. For, like, there are a lot of series where, like, Mario characters will get brutalized, but it's like an Adult Swim robot chick kind of like, aha, it's gore. I felt like when I saw Yoshi get his ass kicked, it felt like watching a puppy be punched in the stomach repeatedly. I felt so bad for him. But that takes talent to get that kind of emotion from these like wacky fucking cartoon characters. At the same time, though, we're never gonna see what happens when fucking Mecha Sonic gets all the Chaos Emeralds or whatever happens. We're never gonna see it. I'm sorry, Star, that I've completely alienated you from the conversation here.
Well, okay, so like back when I was like a little kid in like old school YouTube, there was this web animation called Maple Combat. So it was like a Maple Story animation.
Yeah.
And how do I explain the plot? it definitely felt derivative of shit like Naruto and Dragon Ball Z, like basically all the fucking weeb shit everyone was into at the time. But you know, it was like with original characters.
That was every web series.
Basically, the dude went on like a long, like decade-long hiatus, like around the 12th episode, I think. And I didn't expect him to ever do it again. But like recently, like I want to say like 2 years ago, he actually finished it, and I'm like, yay! I'm gonna sit back one day and actually, you know, watch the whole thing start to finish. But it's like so painful to want to watch it start to finish because it's like, oh god, this is so cringy because people were like talking how they did in like 2009, where it's like, oh my god, OMG, Ted Lols.
Yeah, Ted Lols.
Like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it's like, this is terrible to watch. Younger me had fucking horrible taste, but I still am nostalgic for this, so I want to see it to the end. It's like me reading old ED articles, which none of them aged well. They're all horrible. But the thing that gets me the most is not like the racial slurs or any of that shit. It's like seeing all of the memes, like, you know, over 7...
Yeah, lay epic fail.
Lay epic fail for Telols. Over 10,000 years ago, Lay Epic Man did something that no one effing cares about. See also epic fail. See also, and it's like, man, stick to the racial slurs. Those are funny. Stick to the edgy shit. But don't do any of that. Don't do any of this stuff. Show me a picture of a dead body.
Like,
make fun of it.
Like I've done this like kind of like semi recently, but I guess it was like 2020 or 2021. But basically in a YouTube comment section, I wrote, "We stan a cottagecore king," and the text will probably make you fucking die.
Yeah. If I didn't know anything about you, and I just saw that comment, I would be like, this is an awful person. I want to avoid them at all. I would have just been, oh no.
No, let me tell you about the video I wrote this shit under. It was a historic true crime video where a guy basically, the theory is he poisoned his wife, but you know, he said he used this arsenic to get rid of dandelions because he was really, really into gardening. So I was like, yes, we stand a cottagecore king.
Oh, there is nothing.
Like now I'm fucking like, fuck.
I feel like there's something. I feel like there's something wrong with me because whenever I hear somebody go, yes, in that way, it makes me want to take that person and throw them out of fuck. It makes you want to do violent, horrible things to them. But I'm like, well, why?
Like, I think I was in like an ironic Joker mood because, like, let's be fucking honest, nobody should be writing that type of shit under true crime videos. I mean, sure, all their relatives are dead by now, but you know, it's like, bro,
you're the motherfucker.
You were a grown ass woman and you were cringe.
Yeah, well, I can relate to that. But no, but you're one of the motherfuckers that like tries to like whoopify like a person who killed a family of four. You're like, oh, he's such a fucking. He's a girly boss. He's a girly pop boss.
Well, no, I'm not one of those. It's more like, okay, I can see humor in like just poorly done, like, you know, like if you kill someone and you do a bad fucking job and you don't get away with it, I will be clowning your ass.
Yeah, I mean, I watched Last Podcast on the Left, and their whole thing is like, they don't make fun of well, sometimes they make fun of the victims, but. No, they don't make fun of the victims. They make fun of the serial killer because you're a loser if you're a serial. You could have done anything else with your life, and you're a fuck up. Is essentially their whole thing. Like mock the monster because they're not monsters. They're just fucking asshole people. And they do a bunch. They're funny as shit. That's what got me into true crime actually. Like it kind of surprised.
Like, I feel like.
Oh yeah.
You feel bad about it because it's like, bro, somebody died and I'm laughing, but it's like, bro, this is hilarious.
It's more like I feel bad. No, I think there's a level of compartmentalization when it comes to me watching Last Podcast, but then I'll start jonesing for like other things, so I'll watch other true crime series where they don't make it funny, and I'll like question my own sanity. I'm like, this is horrible. Why did I want this dose of horribleness? You know?
The channel I'm thinking of is called Briefcase, and he doesn't even, he's not even like a comedic dude. He like does it in his little deadpan British accent, does his little job. That's it, you know.
Oh yeah, that chapter kind of does.
Yeah, but he's a very cheery guy, I think, because like he hearts almost everybody's comment. It's like, thank you guys for watching my videos. It really means a lot to me, that type of shit.
Yeah. Fucking when you die, I think there's a meme where it's like, when you die in a horrible accident and then you fucking have to deal with being on a podcast. All right, murder muffins. Today we've got a shocking murder for you. This guy, he was murdered in his car, and they found his head in the trunk with like.
Yep, honest. I'm not a big fan of like girl boss true crime girlies. I'm not it's like, bitch. Come on. When you can sip tea doing something else.
Yeah, because that's the thing. When it comes, I know there's a meme for that too, where it's like there are two types of true crime people. It's either like the gossipy girls that are having a fun time, or it's like basically Mama Max's style. It's like we've got a.
I've never seen a Mama Max video. Like I've never heard of him until people started being angry with him.
Well, he's
but,
his whole. Okay,
so like. A lot of us grew up watching Snapped, like the show on Oxygen, but like it's delivered in that neutral deadpan manner, so like like how it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
How it ideally is.
How it ideally is, where it's not too. You're still having fun, but you're not having too much fun. You're pretending that you're like, I'm really disgusted with everything that's happening. I hate this guy. No, well, you do hate the guy, but it's more like. It's like what people do now where they're like, you shouldn't talk about the killer. You should talk about the victims and celebrate their lives, which that's all fine and good. And yeah, that's what you should do, but that's not why people watch true crime. They watch true crime because here is this horrible fucking awful monster. He did terrible things. Let's not even to necessarily dive into the psychology, but it's like, let's talk about what horrible shit this motherfucker did. What a piece of shit. Isn't he a horrible piece of shit? Not like you. You haven't murdered anybody yet, right? Ah, yeah, you're probably doing fine in life. Or at least that's why I watch true crime.
Feelings for your mom. You don't make furniture out of dead people. Everything's good.
Yeah, I love my mom. I haven't, killed her. Man, I feel like such a jackass. Because, okay. Just to preface the American Psycho video... It will come out eventually. I apologize for that. But there's a part in American Psycho.
Be more joking, heckling you. It's like, when are you going to finish those projects, Goodly? Where are they at, Goodly? But, it's like, I'm having a good time.
Have you finished those errands? Yeah. No, but there's a part in American Psycho. Like, Patrick Bateman is supposed to be a pathetic person. Like, people are caught off guard by, Christian Bale's, physique. And everything, but he's like a nerdy, true crime dipshit. Like there's literally a part where he's trying to impress his friends at a little lounge, and he's like, he's being and he's also being sexist because that's the part where he's like, women are just made to please men, and then he goes like, you want to know what Ed Gein said about women? He said, sometimes I look at a beautiful woman. And part of me thinks I want to take her out on a date, and the other part of me thinks I wonder what her head would look like on a stick. And I feel like such a jackass, right? Because the whole reason why Patrick talks about those things is to make him look pathetic and edgy and it's basically this is a red flag. This is a red flag. These people are clearly ignoring. But I feel like such a piece of shit because I know more about true crime than Patrick Bateman. Because that fucking quote is misquoted. Ed Gein never said anything like that.
When the book was written, we didn't have the power of the internet to be smarter than we would be naturally.
No, but Ed Gein never said anything about that. That was Ed Kemper that said shit like that. Ed Gein actually didn't kill a lot of people. He was the guy who was making fucking.
Yeah, I think he got caught after 2 bodies, right?
Well, the thing is, what he mostly did was he would dig up old women that were already dead and make furniture out of them. He was the inspiration for Leatherhead.
Oh yeah, it's very eco-friendly.
Yeah, the thing is, he's one of those serial killers where his life didn't end in jail; it ended in a mental asylum, and I kind of feel like that's exactly where he needed to be. Not that it's okay that he only killed 2 people as opposed to serial killers that killed 20. But he was very actually sick. and he needed to be watched. But you know, I feel the same way I do. It's weird, like learning about Ed Gein. I feel the same way about modern Christian, where yeah, what he did was horrible, but he really should be in an asylum. You know,
it's like what he did is awful, terrible, but like I still feel kind of bad.
I still feel because it's like it's one of those things where it definitely could have been prevented if anyone was there to talk him off the ledge. You know. He has to live with what he did, and obviously he probably doesn't even give a shit because he's a narcissist. But
I feel like you didn't strategize those boulders hitting the little monsters, you know.
I absolutely did not. I just kind of walked in front of them and hoped not to get hit. This is Dig Dug arrangement.
Yeah, I think you're supposed to use them to kill two birds with one stone, you know.
Yeah, but I didn't line it up. Just right. That's the thing about I love killing creatures with big rocks in this game because when you get it right, boy, does it feel so good. But sometimes
I'm gonna read what Mr. Egg said.
Okay.
Not gonna lie, my brain is having a meltdown from having a true crime conversation and a conversation about concept memes being older than society itself.
Yeah, that sounds about. Welcome to the Goodly Draws stream where we ping pong. I like terrible idea after terrible idea off itself. My brain.
Yeah, well.
My brain
plays Dig Dug.
Yeah. Who plays Dig Dug? Me.
Yeah, well, we talk about terrible, terrible murders.
Yeah, that could be our thing. Welcome to Grizzly Gaming, where I play footage of a video game, just like Leafy is here, plays CS:GO Surf. But we talk about murders. We talk about horrible murders. Okay. So if you're a sick fucking voyeurist and you also like video games and have no attention span, well, you're gonna enjoy Dig Dug Arrangement. That is very funny.
Okay, so I've been
halfway through. I'm like, oh, by the way, we're playing Dig Dug. Yeah, this is a different version of Dig Dug. You know, I have to explain.
Like, yeah, I think I you know, it's like, I don't know when I noticed, because, like, oh, we're not playing the Rainbow Pac-Man anymore, but, like, I was, you know, because sometimes I watch, like, drama videos for, like, situations I do not know about and have never heard of, so, like, you know, like how I heard about so, like, right now there's, like, a drama about, like a 9-month cruise ship, but we're not talking about that. Like, basically, I've also watched a video about a true crime convention. All right, so there's a bunch of true crime podcasters there, and they're very catty. There's a fucking like one of the dudes was like just this most sexist gay guy to ever walk this damn planet, and you know, like he treated people like shit, and so like I don't think you want to be in the true crime community because like they're just full of psychos. They're full of psycho women and catty gays, and I'm sure there's regular dudes there too, but like I don't know if we want that energy.
I like, well, like I said, I mostly stick to, you know, that last podcast on the left, some Shrouded Hand, that chapter where it's just like it's a smug, you ever watch that chapter? He's like a kind of I
don't think I did.
He's like an Irish guy who's like a chipper kind of, like he makes jokes. He's like, hey, welcome to that chapter.
Honestly,
this guy.
I had to stop watching Shrouded Hand because it was making me a little paranoid. So you know, I just chilled out on that shit.
He's got the best voice for it. He's just like this. I don't necessarily want to make him sound. I don't know how polite it is to say. Like he sounds kind of creepy. Like he sounds like not a Harry, but he sounds like a Salad Fingers character. He's like, it's Shrouded Hand here. We're going to talk about.
Like I'm sure he works his power to the best of his ability, you know, like and then it's like, okay, like I'm sure that some of them probably do speak with a, you know, like a little voice that isn't their normal speaking voice. I mean,
you got to put on
like for the most part, I think most, you know, YouTubers, you know, they use their regular voice because like why use a fake voice? But it's like
but you use a different
maybe
cadence.
Like if you want to have a little more polish, why not?
Sometimes it's not even a different voice. It's just it's a different cadence. It's a different way of speaking. Because there's a rhythm to speaking. It's like music, you know. You go up and then you go down, and then you go up and then you go down, and then you bop up, bop up, bop up, ba doot 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 diddly diddly doot doot da. And then people are like, "Wow, he sounds so rhythmic."
Do you do like
No.
I don't know.
Sometimes I like to pretend I'm an uppity 1920s radio host. I remember there was this one, I talked about it in the first stream, there was this very kind of comical interview where like an uppity 1940s no-nonsense guy was interviewing Salvador Dali. And it's Salvador Dali, so of course he's being weird. But it's this guy's like, and what are you doing now? What are you doing here? What is with these, there's all these clocks. Now, you've said in an interview that you wanted to be a great painter, but you also wanted to be a great clown. What is that about? Can you really be both? Can you really be both? Anyway, we're going to take a break. We're going to take a short break.
Can you ask yourself?
Yeah. We're going to take a short break and advertise cigarettes. They're good for children and good for dogs. Anyway. And Salvador Dali, he's almost, like, he's not being antagonistic, but because of the way people just talked back then, it almost sounds like he's antagonistic. He's like, and in one of your galas, you were wearing a diving helmet over your head. What's that about? What in the world is that about?
Like, okay, so like, there was like this accent that was kind of like taught in like schools and like acting schools, radio schools called like I think it's called Mid-Atlantic.
Yeah, Mid-Atlantic. Where
you sound kind of like you're half British, but also with a little American flair.
Has been Hotel Alistair character, yeah. For those of you that
like, don't get me wrong, it sounds nice, but it's like it's not organic to any real region, you know?
No, it sounds kind of cool though. It's kind of fun.
Oh, so I was like thinking, it's like, well, I don't think I could, because I wouldn't have an idea of what type of different cadence to use. Like, I guess I could okay, so sometimes when I'm mocking someone, I definitely put on a Valley Girl voice, but like I don't naturally speak like that.
Yeah.
Like,
oh my god! Oh my god!
That's mostly just because I can't do impressions. So like, I think I'd probably make a video talking about how much Darkseid Phil sucks, and because I can't imitate his voice, so it's like I might as well just say what he says as a Valley Girl.
Oh my god! This is such quality content. This is such quality content, guys. I did not.
Oh my god! This game is so fucking rigged. Fix your netcode, Kojima.
It is so rigged. I was not masturbating at the beginning of this screen. I was just tilting my head back and forth. I was prepping the joystick today. I know I usually use a keyboard, but I wanted to use an old-fashioned joystick. I plugged that into the Steam. I plugged that into my Nintendo Steam engine. And I wasn't, guys. You guys are being toxic, okay? How do you do a Valley Girl? Like, you know how he does that fake-ass laugh? How do you translate that into Valley Girl?
I haven't really practiced.
No.
So Bodacious CNO sent us a donation for $2. Good, encouraging words.
Yeah, thank you, Bodacious. I'll take that to heart. Those are some very good, encouraging words.
And then, so sometimes people get on your ass if they think you're trying to sound like a black person. So I don't like, that's also not a fun way because speak either. It's like, it's like, would I don't know, maybe.
Well, that's
not
the
like
thing,
I'm trying super duper hard.
Well, you are a black person, aren't you? So you're allowed to do that. If I did it, people would give me
but like
shit.
I think people would also call you out for being fake. I don't know. Like, usually they don't go that weird on like actual black people, but like who's that one rapper? But basically it was like this British rapper who pretends he's like from Atlanta for the most part. It's like
I feel like there's a lot of like politics involved in that, where it's like you're not because it's like you're still black, but you don't understand the Atlanta lifestyle. Like there was some dude.
You're not really from the hood. You're eating crumpets. It's like, bro, they got poor people in England. Don't you know that?
Yeah, I don't know. I guess so. There are people that get told that they're not, like, there are black people that tell other black people that they're not black enough, and that's like, that's fucked up. You gotta act
and then like, and then like, bro, like sometimes they tell Africans they're not black enough. It's like, bro, you are such a clown. You are the whole circus.
Yeah, that is fucked up. You've got to like study how to be yourself. You've got to like read up. Yeah, all right.
I think that's also like people might accuse you of being fake because it's like you had to learn how to talk.
Yeah, because I talk like my regular fucking. But then it's a double-edged fucking bullshit thing of like, well, if I talk like my regular self, you're gonna be like, that's a white guy voice or whatever. Or that's not a funny. Well,
yeah.
I probably shouldn't.
Then,
be
okay, like, do you ever like
I
sound like the people you're talking with? Okay,
Yeah,
because my mom has like a
time.
Panamanian friend, and my mom is not from Panama, but
No.
she starts talking loud and kind of I would describe a Panamanian accent as sounding kind of like an Irish one, but with a little to it. I don't know.
Where is Pandemania? Like, what is that?
Panama is like in Central
Panama.
America.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
Panama.
I think I've heard of one. There was that Panama Canal, that very famous Panama Canal that was built.
Yeah, so like, okay, so I had a Panamanian Spanish teacher. She's like, I don't sound Irish. It's like, well, I've never been to Panama, so I don't know the ins and outs of Panamanian culture, but the two black Panamanians that I know sound Irish, so that's what it is.
Relative Depression.
Relative Depression said, "Please no black talk."
I think that came out. I think he probably could have worded that better, but I don't know. Well, I don't know. We already.
It's okay, Relative Depression. I'm not going to be speaking in African American vernacular English. Everything will be fine.
I think it just means.
No,
like...
I'm not sure if he means don't talk about black issues. It's like, no, I will bring that depressing energy everywhere I go.
Yeah, we already talked about the fucking presidential election. And we're not fucking. He's probably right. He is absolutely right, though. Sometimes a relative will talk me out of doing, like, Goodly, I know you want to be real, but you really don't need to talk about this and that. You don't need to fuck yourself over by saying certain things, and I will get so mad at him. I'll be like, no! The internet is supposed to be...
I can just say what I want.
This and that, and fuck... I've said some really mean things to Depression. I think we were talking about a Twitter controversy, and I call him a spineless coward. And I look back at that, and I do not look back fondly at that conversation.
Oh, dear.
Yeah.
I love you so much, Relative Depression.
I love you're a good dude. You're a good dude. We were talking about I don't know if I should play my hand, but we were talking about at some point there's this meme about this fictional place called Glaggaland, and it's a meme that's made up of all these like smiley face, you know, the yellow smiley face. And I'm like, he suggested this as a joke, but I think it would be perfect to have Relative on because as long as I've known him, he has used the smiley face as his profile picture like everywhere. Right now, he doesn't. In Onion Punch right now, he's Dream. He's got the Dream face for some fucking reason. I remember the conversation when he changed it, but I don't know why.
I think he'd be offended, like, if you depicted him in a comic as Dream.
No, I wouldn't. No. If I depict him in a comic, it's going to be the classic smiley face. But maybe with feet, maybe with legs. I've thought about this. I've thought about depicting a lot of... I have a bad habit in storytelling of, like, not even putting cameos in, but being like, oh, I met this person. I'll make them an entire-ass character. You know? Oh, I wonder what... I'm going to shoehorn them into this story. What is their story arc going to be? And I, like, met them a fucking week ago.
I don't know. Sometimes people are just so interesting looking. It's like, damn, I want to draw you.
Yeah. Sometimes people, like, because on the internet, you meet so many interesting people. You meet a lot of, like, you meet colorful people, too. You meet people with a lot of, like, I don't mean to be mean, like, a lot of issues, I guess. But, no, some people really do have, like, you know, interesting life stories. And you're like, man, that's such a... I could fucking... And like, you spend, like, if you're terminally online like me, you spend so much time with them. And I kind of feel like, man, I should put this into some of my works. But then then the issue comes where you're like, well, they might not like the interpretation of what I do to their character. You know, they're going to be like, well, I don't know about that. I don't know if that's accurate to me.
Oh, no, I get that. Because, like, I have like a story where like a good deal of the main characters are based off of people I knew in high school.
Yeah.
But
you don't talk to them.
You don't talk to them. Yeah, anymore. I haven't talked to them in years, and then sometimes like because you know like how sometimes you think you're somebody's best friend, but it turns out you're really not. You're just like a casual acquaintance at best.
Yeah, that sucks.
Yeah, I've
I
had
hate
those
that.
like kind of relationships. You know.
I feel like I'm too inept socially to really realize that. I feel like I have people in my life who think they're my best friend, but they're actually not. I don't know though. I don't know.
Oh well,
I might have been on the other side of that.
Well, okay, like sometimes I will say some shit in Discord and someone's like, oh, and then like I let someone know that I have no idea who the hell they are, and they're like, Star, I thought we were friends, and it's like, I'm so sorry, but you are just another name in a list of names and PNGs.
That's why
it's like I feel bad that they like think so highly of me. It's like I can't pick you out of the crowd at all.
You could get to know them though, maybe sometime, you know.
It's so hard.
I feel like sometimes, like you, in a lot of situations, I don't know, like you'll see somebody as the background character, but eventually, like as situations change, you'll get to know them more, and they'll make the bump from like a background character to like side character that you're like, oh, that's that guy. I know that guy. I like that guy, kind of thing. That's what happens to that's what happened to a lot of the Discord people that I talk to, because you know we had to change Discords. One closed down. We had to start up a new one, and then suddenly there's all these people that I kind of knew, I think like with you, I feel like we always talked, but like especially now, I feel like I would definitely call you like you're one of those people that, and maybe I don't know if you feel the same way, that if I like was close enough to you, we would be hanging out IRL. Is the thing. I don't know if you feel the same way, but it's that like kind of like, yeah, she's my fucking friend.
Yeah, okay, like I kind of thought like if I had like more money and I could just like take a vacation whenever the fuck I want, it's like yeah, I'd probably go try to visit Goodley and make fun of him and drink stuff from that coffee shop that's local to you, you know, stuff like that.
Yeah. Well, no, we would go to the Dunkin' Donuts. We would not go to a local coffee shop. We'd go to the Dunkin' Donuts, and I would introduce you to every employee. I'd say, this is Star. She's a Discord woman. That's it. God damn, I keep trying to do that joke. I keep trying to make that joke funny. But, yeah.
Tell my mom about you yesterday, because, well, okay, I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna do some stuff with my online art friend, and she's like, how did you meet this online art friend? It's like, oh, we're in a group where we bully people on the internet.
Yeah. Yeah.
I didn't know how to explain. It's like
I didn't know how to play. Yeah,
him.
It's like this is the thing, is we're a little bit removed. I'm glad that my channel is removed from like lolcow shit, even though I make no bones about the fact that, you know, I know a lot about it. But yeah, it is very hard to explain it to somebody. That's the thing. I remember, like, I was on one of, because I work with my dad, like, you know, working on apartments and shit. And we were talking about something, and I mentioned, like, the one of the streams I was on with Brains. But it's very hard to explain, like, oh yeah, how do you explain cringe to your parents? How do you explain, like, yeah, I find a bunch of weirdos who like Genshin Impact feed, and I compile it, and he watches it, and he pretends to be so mad at me and so upset, but actually, no, that's the whole thing. And he's, like, upset with me that I didn't tell him. He's like, oh, I guess you don't want to tell me what you're up to. I'm like, how do I fucking explain it? How do I explain this shit, you know?
It's like part me trying to keep, you know, like our whole internet anonymity and shit, and then like it's like, where do I even begin? You know, it's like, bro, I can't just say that we want to freaking Chris Chan and then gotta explain Chris Chan and then talk about Onion Punch and stuff like that. It's like, where would I begin? Where?
The thing is,
and like, okay, and then, you know, like,
do we talk that much about, like, we still talk about lolcows, but it's not the only thing we do.
But I think that's, but you know, that's how I met you. So it's like, you know, it's like you want to give like the best answer to that question. It's like, I mean, I guess I could just say, because it's okay, you know, you know, because you're not a girl, and you're not raised by a mom who is paranoid by everything that you do. Basically, she asks if this is a girlfriend or a boyfriend, and like that question usually ends in, you know, like how did you meet him? How old is he? And it's like, fucking mom, no, stop.
I love being a guy. You know what I did before we came on here? It's only 6 o'clock, but it's winter, so it's pitch black out. I walked all the way to a fucking convenience store, and I bought a fucking brownie, and I walked all the way back, and I didn't have to worry about goddamn anything. Because I was the threat. Somebody saw me in a lonely ass road, they'd look at me and they go, oh, jeez. Then again, if I do see anybody, I do get scared anyway. So, maybe never mind. But yeah, that is awkward.
Yeah. Relative depression is being mean. He's like, look, Goodly, people are embarrassed to explain Onion Punch.
Yeah. It's good that they're trying to explain. I mean, it's one of those things where even if it's an embarrassing, awful thing, people are still talking about it. It's like how I talk
it's
about...
not that. It's just like...
Yeah, how do you explain it?
Okay, I don't think I told her that she made a comic, because I think she'd be like, well, what's the name of the comic? It's like, stop. Like I said, you made it, and she asked me,
I want to see how people would explain Onion Punch, because it is a very, like, to me, it's very straightforward and makes sense, but it is a very wacky fucking story. It's like, well, it's an onion, and his couch gets stolen, and his sister is there, and there's a forest, and they don't get out of and they're still in the forest, and people are mad about that. Like, where would you start?
Like, it's like, and like that's like a long side tangent to like the more like, where did you meet this friend? It's like, jeez. Like, I'm glad she didn't press any harder, but she was like, it's like, bro. I don't know, like when she asked the "how old are you" type shit, it's like, I'm sure, like, I haven't asked your birthday, but it's like, I know we're in the same age group because we've watched the same shows and shit.
I'm like 28.
Like, similar...
I'm 28.
Okay, happy birthday.
No, that's in August. I don't know if I should say my birthday. I don't know if people
No, I just do that to people, like, whenever they say how old they are sometimes.
Some people are shocked, because I'm in some fucking Discords where it's just, like, shit that I'm interested in. I'm in a Billy and Mandy Discord, and I think I accidentally trauma dumped onto somebody.
Oh.
Because there was like a song in one of there was this, like, pilot for basically like a spin-off where Erwin was the main character, and it was called Underfist. And there was a part where they sang like a song, like the Spider character Jeff and Fredberger sang a song about like, I don't wanna grow up, and they were talking about it, and they were like, yeah, I really didn't care for it, I don't know. And I was like, well, maybe it hits harder for me because I'm 28 and I don't know what the fuck I'm doing with my life. And they literally just responded with, oh wow, okay, well, I'm 21, so I guess I don't get it as much as you do yet. But I was just like, oh, I shouldn't have said that.
Yeah, okay, and then it's also a weird fucking question. It's like, Mom, I'm a grown woman. I'm not being groomed by anybody. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Or maybe she's like, maybe you're the groomer. It's like, no, I don't know what she was thinking. It's just
maybe
like,
you're the groomer. Yeah. That's an awkward thing to ask. It's like, are you grooming people? The answer is always no.
I wish some parents asked that about their kids.
Yeah.
It's like, what are you doing today, son? It's like, oh, nothing. Just talking to my 14-year-old girlfriend. It's like,
Okay. Well, maybe
some parents need to ask that question.
Son, do you know what grooming is? Yeah. I probably answer too many. The thing is, I probably answer like way too many DMs of like people. Because I don't fucking ask the age or shit. They're just like, hey, what are you doing? I'm like, I don't know. Having a fucking... I don't even know what to ask him. I'm just fucking chilling. I'm sure that's gonna look great, like, fucking years down the line.
I don't know, like, I think sometimes people, they're so gung-ho about wanting to protect kids that they get mad at any talking to anyone for any reason.
That's what I hate, because it's like, it's hard to defend it, because it's like, yeah, why are you talking to minors? I'm like, man, maybe I shouldn't be. But it's like, I don't fucking know. Like, I'm not fucking talking about shit.
If the minor has the same hobby as you, so say, you're into Pokemon, the kid is into Pokemon, you're both going to talk about Pokemon. You're probably going to talk about shit for a long, long time.
Yeah.
That type of shit.
And that's the thing, is like, we were in a space. We were in a space.
For a kid, I would feel so upset if everybody basically kept ducking me because they didn't want to be involved with the child. And, you know, I'd probably lie about my age because, you know, like, the thing about kids is that they want to be in grown folks' spaces. Whether they should or not doesn't really matter, but that's what they want.
Yeah, there are kids in the community we were in, there were kids that fucking lied about their fucking age, and that was the most awkward shit in the world. Then we had to act like the fucking... Now we, internet strangers, have to act like the responsible fucking parents to be like, all right, well... You're gonna get a lot of people into trouble, so now you need to tell on somebody. You need to tell on yourself, mister. Like, it's fucking bizarre.
To see if you're actually 18.
Yeah. You lied, and that's gonna get a lot of people in fucking trouble, and it probably could have gotten you groomed, so you fucking jackass, what are you doing? I'll give you
victim
5...
blaming Goodly? No.
It's not victim blaming, it's like, I don't know. It's like when you have a dog and the dog runs into the street and doesn't get hit but comes back to you, you're still kind of mad at you. You're like, you fucking ass, you could have died. Like, I remember that happened to my dad where, like, the dog ran out into the street and he was mad. He was like, you go in the crate. You go in the crate. Because the dog almost fucking killed itself. The dog didn't know it was going to kill itself, but, you know, you're a little bit mad because you're like, you could have fucking... What the fuck is wrong with you? I hope that's not victim blaming. It's not, you know, I don't victim blame.
I kind of meant it jokingly, but like, I don't know, like sometimes, like...
This is a very candid stream. I don't know if I should be fucking just... I really am just treating it like a VC.
This is good.
Like a two people VC where we do nothing but talk video games. VC, like, honestly, we didn't talk about as much art as I thought we would.
Yeah, you said, I was afraid, like, you were getting because you were like, oh, I'm late. I was afraid you were preparing, like, questions to ask me or shit. I'm like, no, man, that's not that kind of stream.
Okay, so I got home at 9:20. So, but it's like after I get home, I gotta, like, give the dog food and, like, let him go outside and then, like, had to go to the bathroom and, you know, it was a whole thing. So that's probably what was taking me so long. Because, like, I thought I was getting it right in time. It was like, I looked at my clock, it's like, it's 9:36, how? Fuck, ugh. So that's what happened.
Yeah.
Like, no, I wasn't preparing questions. I was, like, more like, you know, like, daydreaming at work. It's like, what am I going to talk about? You know,
that's
don't be in a bunch of awkward dead air.
I have so many fucking hours in the day to, like, prepare for streaming. I could watch, like, videos, I could watch tutorials, but I don't. I just wait until the very last minute. I'm like, oh, shit, gotta get everything. You gotta get everything together. I think, as shitty as the beginning of this stream was, I do think I am kind of getting better, though. Because I figured out how to... Like, I think for the last 3 streams, I didn't know how to do the, like, you know, please stand by shit. So it was just, like, a split second of... It was, like, a minute of me... in the basement room going, oh fuck, and then I like switch to the please stand by and I try to play the music and the music doesn't play right. I got that right at least this time. It's all about getting shit, you know, a little better each time.
Yeah, I guess I gotta learn how to stream because I'm sure I gotta do at least one.
Yeah. What is Goodley's favorite burger? Will Goodley play burger?
Maybe I will play Burger Time. Bodacious. I feel like maybe eventually I should stop playing these arcade games and start playing actual games. I was thinking of playing Pal World because I know that would be interesting. I don't know what I'm gonna play when I do the stream with Helm.
Helm, are you still in the chat? Or I guess you could just DM him and let it be a surprise to everybody. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think I'd, like, find a good screen recording software because, like, the one I have now I got for free and it works, but, like, you can't record stuff in full screen mode.
Yeah.
My dog is being a bitch and barking at stuff. Okay, Helm says, big burger. Ye play Pal World. Ye, I'm here.
Yeah.
And then Relative Depression said, play Pac-Mania.
Play Pac-Mania. Oh, yeah, I love Pac. That's the one where you can jump and it's, like, kind of 3D. It's like 3D models, but they're still pixelated. I love that. I'm just trying to finish this wonderful game. I have a lot of
Okay.
good memories of these arrangement games, arrangement titles. They're very fun. They're super easy.
And then like
they're super fucking easy.
Alex was like,
What's the what?
Oh yeah, when Alex was asking, it's like, "What's the topic of the stream going to be?" It's like, I don't know,
Anything.
maybe I don't know.
Because
like Kuko didn't have a topic.
No, I feel like Kuko. I was afraid I was going to be like crazy with Kuko because sometimes we talk about like crazy shit. It just becomes like the most like autistic improv. I could say that because I'm autistic. But like with you, it's just become like, you want to know how I feel about the state of the world, Star? I think children. Don't go outside. This is just the weirdest topics of like. You ever watch people get killed? You ever watch videos about people getting killed? Welcome to Dig Dug, where we watch people get killed.
Like, well, I think it's better to do this than like try to be like, oh yeah, we're gonna have a podcast, and then like you're just rambling about random shit for hours. You don't actually have any real advice for anything.
That's why I like the stream, is because the stream, like, it's a more casual thing. You could just sit down and talk, which is fun. Sometimes that's like the joy. You know, it's good to, I guess, have like differently edited things. Some stuff is more like when I do the tier list stuff. Even if it is just people sitting down and talking and there's no script, I edit it very heavily. Like if somebody makes a joke, I want to like have a visual accompaniment. If somebody mentions a movie or a TV show, I'm like, oh, I gotta find footage of that so that the audience has a reference. Or, oh, I'm making a comparison. I don't know if that makes any goddamn sense because it's me saying it, so I need to fucking like show what I'm talking about. But on stream, it's just you ramble on. And I don't know. I think it's been pretty good. Damn.
Yeah. I guess one of these days we'll have a nice little theme stream. We'll be like, oh yeah, let's watch these public domain cartoons because haha, no copyright. Ha 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 ha.
I think I think I was trying to explain this, but there's this new like meme format about like a fictional theme park called Glaggleland. And it's like smiley face themed, and all the people that live there are like little smiley faces, and they're called gigglers. And eventually I'm gonna look into it, and I'm gonna have Depression on, and we're gonna just look at that. I'm gonna explain to him the lore of Glaggleland. So that'll be
big streamer pants.
Big streamer pants?
Well, yeah. You know, and have like a real topic.
Yeah. And I know Kuko talked about me playing Mega Man.
You got your streamer calendar set up?
No, I don't. But that's the joy of streams. My streamer calendar is asking people, hey, do you want to be on my stream? And then going, okay, but I can only do it at 12 o'clock midnight because of time zones. And me going, oh, God. Like, I think when I started out, I told myself I'm going to do 6 o'clock to, like, 10. And then that way people can tune in, and it's easy. But then everybody is like, well, I can only start streaming at, like, 9:30 or 10. Well, actually, no, I can only start streaming at 1 a.m. in the morning. That's when I can come on, and I'm like, okay.
Yeah, I feel like if I was in that situation, I'd probably be like, I guess it's just not going to happen, bro. Sorry.
Yeah. No, I
genuinely thought, like, when I said 9:30, I genuinely thought I'd be able to get from work, do all my shit, and then, like, still have, like, you know, time over. I thought I'd be able to get back home in, like 9:16, but, you know, that didn't happen.
Well, I guess sometimes that's what separates the men from the boys. That's what separates you doing it from you not doing it, is sometimes you just have to, like, even if it's difficult, you do it anyway. It's like, oh, you can only do it at this time? All right, we'll do it at that. I think that's kind of the problem with like doing videos with any other person is the scheduling. Like the first time I did the video, like... even the first video with Dan, like that was I planned it horribly. I was on vacation with my fucking family, like 4th of July, and I recorded the first part of that in like the garage of the house we were staying in. But I was like, fuck it, I really want to do, like, I want to get this done because I feel passionate about it. You know?
Basically, I decided, like, you know, because you know, like a lot of times, like when people wanted to stream, I'd still be at work because I'd be like getting night shifts and shit. But it's like, you know, I wanted to make, you know, room for like the social activities, you know, like getting in, like, because like I haven't like streamed with a while, because like I remember the last time, like Film Nerd invited me on a stream, but I was like, bro, I'm gonna still be at work. I'm so sorry, so, you know.
Yeah. I remember one time
like,
you said you thought of us as like,
up.
oh yeah, I remember you thought of like me, you, and Film as like a trio for some reason.
Oh yeah.
That's the thing is I'm trying.
I don't know. We're like, I feel like you're not like
that.
friends with him really deep anymore, but like, yeah. Oh, it's not like
I think
party,
I used to.
I don't see you guys hang out.
I think I did used to talk to him a little bit more, and we did kind of, I don't know. It's not that I don't like the guy. I think he's a good guy, but yeah, I don't think we are like as close. But I still, you know, I still like him. I still want to see him like succeed in his endeavors. Is the thing, and that's why I like offered to be on his thing, because I feel like, you know, I'm not super popular, or at least not yet, but people definitely wanted to come on and see me ramble, so that kind of helped. But people wanted to see me fucking just go on incoherent tangents, which I did.
Do people like you playing Dig Dug?
Well, there's 9 people here. There's 7 people here that I think are delighted that I'm playing Dig Dug.
Well, I did make a post on my community. I mean, I really doubt anybody from my side came on, but hey, you know, it's still let them know that I'm doing stuff.
Yeah. I mean, when I advertise this shit, I literally go down, like, I'm in a lot of fucking Discords where I'm literally just in there to shill. So I will go down the fucking line where I put it in the Lego server, put it in the Nightmare Before Christmas server, put it in the Pac-Man. So I joined the Pac-Man server just because of like, well, I'm playing Pac-Man. Somebody might.
Very niche servers. What do you talk about when you're tired of talking about Nightmare Before Christmas?
Pikmin and recently Legoland, the wonderful theme park that doesn't exist.
I don't know. Smiley faces are kind of creepy.
They are a little bit creepy, yeah. Oh, whoops! I'm not pressing the right button. I'm pressing that Alt Tab. I like smiley faces.
How much longer do you want to have this video?
I think I could beat this game. Is the thing. Like, I don't know how many fucking. We'll see if I can beat the world.
No. Fuck.
Okay?
I dropped my toaster strudel.
I don't know if this is too long for you, but you know, maybe like 1 o'clock. If that's, you know.
Yeah, I guess I'll be okay.
Yeah. We started pretty late. We started at like 9:40. Really, we started practically at like 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
I think the last time,
especially because we had a long time trying to get our stuff together.
Technical difficulties, yeah. I think the first stream I said, oh, I'm going to do it for 2 hours, but then I ended up doing it for 3 hours. I feel like that happens to me a lot. I don't have a very good impulse control, where I'll get into something and I'll be like, okay, now I'll switch gears to something else, and it'll turn into like, okay,
like, you know, if there's like no like time constraint and you don't have anywhere you got to be tomorrow, it's like, you know, it's like, yeah, I could stream forever. Like a lot of times I think people end their streams because, you know, it's super late at night, they got work in the morning, or like they know someone more popular than them is streaming soon, so it's like they about to close up shop.
I mean, the thing is, like, there are some people that fucking literally stream all day. Like, there's I watch some people, like I think his name is Jabroni Mike. I don't know if you watch that guy. He's got like fucking 6-hour streams because that's all he does, and that's kind of cool. That's like, you know, there are some people where they just do that and that's enough. I've got other aspirations when it comes to like making content. I want to eventually get back on the fucking Onion Punch train. I want to do edited videos. But streaming is really cool.
Yeah, I don't like people who like stream every day and then they do it for like a long time. Like, I don't like, one, it seems kind of like, it's like being on this corner of the street and basically being like with your hat out while you play guitar. It's like, give me some money if you want to.
Well, you know, well, it's like the wonderful song MTV, or Money for Nothing. If they ain't working, that's the way you do it. You play the guitar on the MTV. That ain't working. That's the way you do it. Money for nothing and the big chicks for free. You know, sometimes the thing that's the most embarrassing is the thing that works the most, unfortunately. Even if you are a dirty, dirty panhandler.
And then, like, okay, so for because I thought about doing a stream for when I actually have 100 subscribers. So I thought I would do, like, a karaoke stream, well, a cappella karaoke, because I can't play instruments and I don't want to get a copyright strike. But, you know, 100 songs, in assuming that each song is, like, 3 minutes or so, would be, like, 5 hours. So it's like, oh, I guess I can't do that.
Yeah. Wait, what did you say again? 100 songs in 100 hours?
Well, the idea would be to sing 100 songs, but, you know, considering that, like, songs tend to be, like, 3 minutes.
Yeah. No.
Like, I mean, I still do it, but, like, more like a request thing, maybe. Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, I'll have songs to the side that I'll do, like when nothing's going on.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, kind of. I don't know, something like that.
Do you have a good voice? Do you have a wonderful voice?
I will give you a very Chernobyl on HBO answer. Not good, not terrible.
Okay. Not terrible, but not, yeah. So basically, people just kind of tuning into to karaoke.
Yeah, mid-tier singing. Probably not something you'd want to listen to on an album, but hey, you know, you can pay someone to sing your favorite song and do it mediocrely.
I mean, that's kind of the
only downside that I could.
I want to be mean and be like, oh, who would want to watch somebody sing mediocrely? But then again, like, people watch a bunch of people play games mediocrely, so I guess it's I guess it's kind of the same thing.
Yeah. Well, I feel like the only downside is, like, I might get a request and someone's like, sing this song where they say the N-word like too many times. It's like, don't do
you think they're gonna use you? Like, they're gonna use you as, like, the vessel to be able to say the N-word?
I feel like that's why a lot of people do it.
Oh, yeah. That fucking sucks. Didn't you say... I remember you talked about, like, you had this idea that you didn't want to do, but you could make money if you were, like, a VTuber. And that was your thing, is people just pay you money to have you say the N-word as, like, a surrogate.
I don't remember that, but that's hilarious.
Yeah, it's hilarious, but it's sad because you could I saw the Brains video with Toledo. Apparently the VTuber community has, like, a racism issue. But I could absolutely see that happening. That, like, okay, there's this black person and they're going to let us... I'm going to say it through them. And they're going to read it. Or something like this. This is the most fucking... I don't know. Maybe that dystopian future isn't real yet.
And then I'm also worried, it's like, what if they ask me to sing really, 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 really dirty songs? But it's like, well, you know, the thing is, I know most of them, but, you know, it's like, I don't know.
I'm not gonna act like I'm above telling you to sing wet ass pussy for the memes, for the lols, for the fucking. That would be very fucking. Well, maybe I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't do that. Maybe that's not good, but
I will try my best.
Yeah. Because that's the thing, people are absolutely going to send in joke songs. Oh, man. Star in Speculation sings Ram Ranch. That'd be easy, though, because you don't even, like, it's not even words.
Honestly, it isn't the worst, but it is, like, it's like, especially now.
Yeah. That's, yeah,
we're not going to talk about that.
No, we're not. Because we've been so fucking reserved about what we're talking about. You know, up until then, but
I think we let ourselves get carried away. But it's like, oof. Yeah. I know it's gonna get bad.
Yeah.
Relative Depression asks, Star, please sing Captain Sparkle's Revenge. That's the one that's like with the beat of the Usher song, right? I have to look up the lyrics to that one, but I could.
Isn't Captain Sparkles like one of those guys that?
He's a Minecraft tuber.
Okay, all right. I thought he was one of the fucking the pay piggies. I thought he was one of the people that goes in onto the streams and is like, we've got a $20 from Captain Sparkles. He sounds like one of those guys.
Maybe. I mean, it's not a like. That's probably a name that lots of people have too. And then Helm is like, Star. I don't know. Sing Prince Ali. I know you know it by heart. Like, you bastard. Yes, I do.
You like Aladdin.
Like, okay,
you
like
Aladdin.
Like, don't make me sing the Mexican national anthem as soon as I learn what it is.
Prince Ali,
Angry
fabulous, he Ali Ababa. He is cool. He's not a fool. I like him too. I don't know the words. It's a good song.
You got pretty close.
Yeah.
Himno Nacional Mexicano.
I have a weird memory where I remember coming back from school and listening.
For a second, it sounded like you were underwater. Are you okay?
No, I'm good. No, don't worry. I just yeah, there was a flash flood when you weren't paying attention. But I have a weird memory where, like, this was the first time I had a laptop and I would just watch fucking YouTube videos. It started the beginning of a very sick addiction that I still have. But I was listening to Prince Ali, just the music video. Like, I found a YouTube video of the song, and I remember listening to it. I also heard, like, vague screaming outside, and I think it was just kids playing, but I wasn't sure. And I was like, maybe I should go outside and investigate, but I'm not gonna do that. And then I felt weirdly guilty of, like, there could be, like, somebody being murdered outside, and I don't give a shit. I'm just listening to fucking Disney music. You ever have
man, that's
those?
somebody's life right now.
Yeah. No, but it's that, like, I feel weirdly guilty. Like, maybe I should go investigate, but I'm not going to investigate, am I? I don't give a shit.
You ever, like, hear YouTubers getting mad at ambulances that go by near their house when they're recording videos? It's like, dude, somebody's probably, like, having a heart attack right now.
Yeah.
Chill.
Oh, yeah. They're like, oh, well, there goes there. Yeah. There is I never thought about it like that. There is a lot of, like, there goes a fucking police vehicle. You know, okay, well, they're off to stop.
Like responding to a domestic violence dispute.
Yeah. I'm trying to make my ASMR. I mean, it's like the thing where Nikocado. I don't know if this is exactly the same thing, but you remember people alleged that Nikocado made a video, and you could hear like a girl getting stabbed in the next like apartment.
Haven't heard that.
No. Some people,
that's wild.
Yeah, somebody like, I forget what video it is, but yeah, people like analyze that shit. I don't know if it's true. I hope it's not true. They weren't getting mad at it. That would have been even worse if they were like, fucking like they took a broom, like, keep it down over there. I'm trying to do my mukbang. I'm trying to eat 50 different Cheetos at once. You could be stabbed a little bit quieter. Just trying to do halfway through that, I just decide to do a Nikocado. Oh, maybe I should do an impression of the guy I'm making fun of.
I don't know. Might be a little hard. I don't know.
Yeah, he's got a voice that's just very dramatic. He just kind of, you get the cadence down and people know what you're talking about. It's like that. I feel like I make him sound more regal when I do that way. So he sounds almost like fucking Orson Welles. Maybe not Orson Welles, but. He's got a jousting
he got kind of
fucking voice. He really does. He's got the mannerisms of a live action Dr. Seuss adaptation. He's just loud and obnoxious and flails his arms around. Maybe that's what
dude, I feel like there'd be like the idea of Orson Welles and Nikocado in the same sentence is probably giving some people like a fucking fight or flight response. It's like, what?
I'm serious. Oh, it'd be great if it was the drunk Orson Welles, the fucking, the French champagne. I've got a series of French fries in front of me, and I'm going to cover them in cheese. Oh, it's so wonderful. It's fine-aged cheese from a French ranch in the Alps, in the French Alps. God.
Tom is asking you to play Shrek Super Slam.
Super Slam? I don't know if I have that game. I don't know if I can find an illegal ROM of that game.
Probably probably. I mean, shit, it was PS2 game. I think they probably had Game Boy versions.
Eventually, I want to play that. I don't know anything about basketball, but I keep remembering that on the GameCube, they have this game where it's literally just a regular ass basketball game, but then they have one part where you like fight against Mario and Luigi and Princess Peach, and it's a very strange. And they had like a snowboard. I think there was also a snowboarding game too, where it was like all regular people, and then it was like you also play as Luigi. I want to play that.
It's that old game, but I don't know. Who knows?
Yeah.
I think they're giving emulator or ROM sites in the chat.
Oh, cool. Yeah. Isn't Paradise...
All right, I guess I'll fill.
Paradise Now is a forum site.
Mm-hmm.
I have the coolest chat. They're giving me new ways to pirate games. I love my chat. God damn. I feel like usually when I'm on my own, I'll be talking about the video game. But I don't think I really talk. I'm not, like, it doesn't even matter what I'm fucking playing right now. Who gives a shit?
What is the lore of Dig Dug?
I don't even know, to be honest. Apparently, there is a game where Dig Dug is like a father, and his kid became more popular than him. So there's a game that exists in the Dig Dug canon where it's just Dig Dug being a deadbeat dad trying to take glory away from his son because he wants to be the more popular character. That's part of the Dig Dug lore, I guess. His son's name is Mr. Driller or something. But I don't know. I don't know.
So Laughing Helm is asking
Yes.
if I've ever played the terrible PS1 Lion King side-scroller game, or the Toy Story, or the Aladdin one. Okay, so like we had a PlayStation 1, but we didn't have that many PlayStation 1 games. So no, I did not have those games. I remember my dad rented the 102 Dalmatians, like the game where I think they were in London, and like basically you could switch perspectives between like the boy Dalmatian and Oddball, and I think you had to like find other puppies. I can't really remember it.
Was it the Dalmatian game? Now, did this Dalmatian game, was it based on the movie or was it based on that weird ass?
Yeah, it was based on the. It was based on the
Oh.
live action movie. So
Oh,
I mean,
I
it was
remember
like
that.
it was in the cartoony style, but I don't know, like the live action Dalmatian movies were kind of like, it was weird because like
Yeah.
the merch would be, it'd be like the Disney cartoon, but like, it's still like it's it's a live action movie.
Yeah, I vaguely remember seeing that in theaters. Like one of the movies was about like Cruella de Vil being redeemed, except she actually wasn't redeemed. She just went back to being evil. And the moral of the story was...
Oh, no, you mean the straight to video one with the...
Well, that was live
With
action.
the corgi.
I
don't really remember the live action, the plots of the movies very well, actually, because like, this was like super duper early 2000s. Like, I was like a baby, basically.
Yeah. I also...
Even the fucking live action 101 Dalmatians came out.
This is the thing, I think when you were a baby, I was a toddler. And I also think I weirdly have like a good memory of like childhood and shit. Like I'll remember stuff that my siblings will be like, I don't know how the fuck you remember that. But I do remember. So
the live action 101 Dalmatians came out in 1996, so I wasn't born yet.
No.
And then 101 Dalmatians, the 102 Dalmatians came out in the year 2000. So yeah, I guess I was 3 or something.
Oh, 1996. No, I was I was 1. I was 2. So no, I don't know how the fuck I remember. Well, maybe I saw reruns or something. I don't know.
Yeah, like you probably got it like on Blockbuster, or you saw it on TV.
Man, of all the fucking because we live in a very infantilized, like nostalgia-driven society right now. When they got fucking adult Happy Meals. When are we gonna have a resurgence of like Blockbuster? I know people are saying, "Oh, that's not financially like viable. Streaming services ruined it," but like, I feel like just based on the fucking nostalgia alone, nothing is allowed to die. We are absolutely going to see that eventually, and I kind of want that.
I think you'd have to do it with some like a trendy. You have to have like a backup business. So I think you'd have to have like a video rental / coffee shop type thing going on.
You mean like how there are a bunch of like arcades? There aren't a lot of arcades that exist, but now everything is like a barcade. So it would be like a
I didn't know about that, but I guess I was thinking more like, like, have you ever like been to like those Fey bookstores? I was assuming something like that.
Oh yeah, where they have like a little like Barnes and I don't know, Barnes and Nobles is a big chain, but something kind of like that.
There's smaller ones. Yeah, like they're like local owned ones, so it's like I'm not gonna give you one because then you'll be like, I can dox her.
Yeah, I don't know if I would want to like because I'm immediately thinking, barcade, a bar and Blockbusters, but I don't know if I want to get hammered and then start picking out VHS tapes. I don't know if that's a good combination of things. Oh yeah, depression just. Oh fuck! Did I? Oh no! I have to start over from the fucking beginning. Fuck me. It doesn't matter. We don't need to see the end of Dig Dug Arrangement. Maybe I'll play a little bit of. Maybe I'll play a little bit of original Dig Dug. Get things back to basics before it hits 1. Depression just saw the freak out with my keyboard where I accidentally I think I hit the wrong button. I hit the Windows button, so it kept asking me if I wanted sticky keys. Are you there?
I don't know what sticky keys are supposed to do.
They're supposed to fucking annoy you whenever you're playing a video game or
I like the noise they make.
Yeah.
Laughing Helm asked, I feel like Yzma was sort of based on Cruella, and it's like, don't they seem kind of sick? I'm not 100% sure, but I remember reading an article where basically they accused Disney of being ageist because most of the villains are like older than 40 or something like that. And like, okay, and when you think about it, Cruella actually isn't supposed to be old because she's the same age as the wife of the Dalmatian owner.
Well, she just looks sickly.
She aged bad.
That's the thing, yeah.
It's because of the smoking, bruh.
It's because of the smoking, and it's because she's the embodiment of evil, so she looks like a fucking skeletal cancer patient. She looks like the kind of person that you would not trust with anything ever.
I mean, I guess they like that big boss old lady personality type, even if she wasn't supposed to be old.
Yeah. I mean, I remember reading about like people
was like, what, ageist?
Yeah. I remember people had trouble like getting Gaston's look just right because he is supposed to look like a traditional hero, and they kept making him look kind of ugly. And they were like, well, can't we just make him like he's ugly, but then we make him really masculine? It's like, no, he has to look handsome. We're like, what the fuck, a handsome villain? I don't get that. And now we have Gaston, and it's most people get the idea of it. He's a very funny dude. He's a very charismatic dude.
I'm like, it's like, I know I'm a Disney fan, but bro, like sometimes Disney discussions and shit just be like, so it's a lot of whiny bitches. It's a lot of whiny bitches who couldn't write a story to save their own lives. So basically, like I've heard women complain that like, why are all the Disney princesses teenagers? Why can't any of them be like 20? It's like,
why can't they be?
Because this is a movie for fucking kids.
Because this is a movie for
teenagers
kids.
are both grown and childish at the same time. It's a good, like a liminal space. It's a coming of age story. Like, bro, look, I know that I don't have my life together as a 20-something-year-old woman, but I don't want to see a fucking 26-year-old woman not have her shit together, and that's the plot of the fucking movie.
This is the movie, This is about a 25-year-old woman who picked the wrong subject to study in college, and now she's just trying to figure out what's the fastest way I can make money at with the least amount of effort. You don't want to. You want to see that. You don't want to see Disney's Scott Pilgrim. You don't.
Yeah, like Sometimes I want to hit these people.
Yeah, this is the funny thing. This is why you're in the spaces that you are. You're in the spaces with me, because like in the spaces I'm in, like there were some crazy fucking people, and I'm like, man, Star is so nice. Star is just like, she's never said a bad word about anyone. And now I realize why you're in the same shit with me is because you are pretty nice, but you're also like you're too mean. You're too real in a weird way to just be in the Disney space, because you'll just tell people, well, shut the fuck up. Like, you can't stop yourself from being, hey man, I think that Disney has an issue with old people. I'm gonna be an old person one day. Why can't they make young people? Shut the I don't care. Because I don't care.
Like, and that's okay, that's like how media is in general. Because, like, okay, the reason most stories are not about old people is because they are supposed to have achieved all of the character development in their lives. Okay,
yeah.
like why the fuck would an 80-year-old man be going on a hero's journey? I mean, Up did it pretty well, but that was an outlier. You know.
Yeah. This is the thing. Is like I feel like the Disney spaces, because you're talking. Are these like Tumblr spaces or Discord spaces you're in? Like, because I feel like
Tumblr, and then bitches who have like a microphone and a video camera, and now they got video essays.
Yeah, no, because that's the kind of like space where it's fucking 20-somethings that are
bitches on WordPress, stuff like that.
It's 20-somethings that probably got a college degree in like gender studies or something that people don't give a shit about, and they're analyzing stories that were written by old men from the 1940s that were smoking pipes and waiting for their wives to get dinner ready, or else they got the back of the hand. And it's like, of course there's going to be a fucking disconnect. Write your own goddamn stories. Right? Or get a fucking job.
Okay, and then like, probably laugh at this one, but this was the dumbest fucking article I read. And I know she wasn't doing it for like bullshit. Like, she was for real. This thing complained that there's no Disney princesses with big noses like her.
Yeah. No, you want to know why? Because the first fucking thing that people are gonna say is, oh yeah, I guess they kept Walt's spirit alive with that design. Immediately.
Like,
Sorry.
Like, it's like, that's such a dumb fucking thing to hold on to, and like, and like when you design a female character, you want her to be pretty, so you don't want to do a bunch of off the wall stuff. Like, if you're really into noses, that might just be a you thing. Like, okay, like the chick from Ratatouille, she's just a regular woman, but she has a big ass Lois Griffin nose.
She's hot though. She's kind of hot.
Yeah, she has pretty eyes, nice hair, nice attitude, whatever. And it's like, bitch, you need to get over it. Like, and there are so many women who think that the Disney princess lineup should look like fucking Miss America, and even then, everybody in Miss America's outranks them. Like, you guys, stop. Like, when I was a kid, sure, Jasmine's probably my favorite because she's brown. But the thing is, I wasn't going around like, man, I wish they had cartoons about black people. Because, I don't know, maybe because I was comfortable enough with myself or what was already on TV that I wasn't like, Disney needs to do this for me. It's like,
that does kind of you saying that does sound a little sad, because it's like there were no black princesses, so you had to settle for like just a different race. It's like, man, I'm glad this one isn't white. That's the kind of that puts some things into perspective that I didn't think of, because I don't go to these spaces for the exact same fucking reason. Is that like sometimes you will hear things that like, oh, that's a little bit eye-opening, but then you'll also hear things that I know will piss me off for the rest of the day. That's like, why don't princesses have big noses? I want to drive to that person's house and tell them to die. And I shouldn't want that. I shouldn't want to death threat people because they have different opinions. But it's like, sometimes it's like, man. And the thing is, when you go on a big rant about it, you say, man, shut up. Like, the first thing people are going to do is be like, oh, well, you're upset that they're complaining about it, but you're complaining about it too. You're just complaining about complaining. I'm like, yeah, because I want them to stop complaining. There's an issue with complaining in and of itself, because there's this, and I love complaining. I love, like, my favorite, one of my, like, I don't want to say favorites, but I love George Carlin. And a lot of George Carlin is just a cranky old man fucking complaining. And some people don't like that. That's why they hate him. But I love it. But then there's ways that other people complain that they're so up their own asses. They're so like a lot of the Tumblr. That's why I'm not in the Tumblr spaces, because every conversation, like when it's not obviously like a shit post, like fun cover, they're like, guys, seriously though, we need to talk about this. This is an issue, and I'm like, no, we don't. I am uncomfortable by how fucking like authoritarian you are about these stupid ass fucking conversations. We don't need to talk about it. You want to talk about it. You would like it if we talk about it. I don't. But I'm probably getting a little too heated.
Like, I think it's goofy to have like this sort of mentality where it's like, you know, you want a strong, independent Disney princess who's like not conventionally attractive and, you know, all this. But basically, you're hoping that a company run by a bunch of old white men will come in and save you. Yeah, that's what it is. It's like,
and maybe you don't want a Disney princess. Yourself,
or be okay with DreamWorks taking up the flag, because like I'm actually kind of sad that like no other studio wants to do stories about like fairy tales or princesses. It's like, oh man, Disney has it on lock. We might as well just do comedies now. It's like, dude, the thing is, the animation technology is so good now. It's like, bro, we could have a really, really good looking movie, like with Rococo shit, which would have been like ridiculously expensive to do in like hand-drawn animation, like where they got all the jewelry and the pearls and the lace, like bro, and like the big eggs and shit, bro. That would be great to see in a cartoon. But nobody wants to do that because that's fairy tale. That's dated. Nuh-uh. It's like, you guys suck.
It's funny because there is like a conversation to be had of like, you know, oh, wouldn't it be interesting? We've never seen X or Y before. Wouldn't it be cool if instead of the same thing we saw that? But there's just this, it sounds like there's this neediness to it. This, I demand this. And at some point it's
demanding for me.
At some point it becomes, well, maybe what you're talking about isn't even a Disney princess movie. Maybe you just want an animated film with a woman in it. That is like a normal woman, which is fine. Then there should be more stuff like that. There's absolutely room for more shit like that, and we should work on it.
Like I realize that too, but the thing is, Disney does make female characters that, you know, that aren't princesses. I mean, sure, they're kind of like relatively rare, but like I think half of it's like because Disney, like basically when a character becomes a Disney princess, she is a instant celebrity overnight. You know, like. It's like, oh man, who's this new Disney princess? And then like she gets all this merch, and then maybe she'll be in a Kingdom Hearts game like 10 years from now. You'll see her in the lineup. You can interact with her at the parks. I think, you know, it's like having this weird parasocial relationship with a cartoon princess.
Oh yeah,
it's like you or whatever it is the fuck you're trying to do. You know, it's weird. It's creepy. It's like.
I remember Elsa and Anna with the big thing with those two is like, oh my god, there's two of them. Now you gotta buy two. Of everything with the fucking merchandise. That was a big thing.
Oh yeah.
Sorry, go on.
I mean, to be fair, like Elsa would probably like outsell her sister, and then there'd be a bunch of unwanted Elsa dolls sitting at the bottom of a Goodwill donation bin.
She doesn't have the cool dress. She doesn't have the cool ice dress. But, you know.
Yeah, like I don't really like those characters, but it's like, bro, I would feel so fucking cheated if I was the non-magical, less blonde sister in this duo.
Yeah, it is kind of fucking. You get,
bro. She is the Krillin of her own movie.
Oh no. Well, the thing is, like, it's interesting because like she kind of is. Even if Elsa is the main focus of the story, like Anna is the protagonist, and Elsa is, if it weren't for the Hans, what was the name of the actual villain? The fucking the prick prince.
I think the prince is Hans, and the little blonde guy is Kristoff.
If it weren't for fucking Hans, then Elsa would have just kind of been like the antagonist of the movie, which she kind of is. So it is an interesting dynamic where like one sister has to save the other sister from her own like internal issues that her parents instilled in her. But yeah, you definitely like Elsa gets the flashier dress. She gets Let It Go. She gets to make snowmen people. Anna is just, and it sucks because Anna is definitely like a more healthy character. Even if she gets, well, actually no, she gets stuck.
No, she's needy. Like, okay, what
She's
I
very
also
needy.
don't like about her is like, I felt like, you know, like how Rapunzel is like socially awkward and adorable. It's like they wanted that same character and they wanted to do it again, and that's why I don't like it in Anna.
Oh yeah, because that was her whole thing, is that she was literally like a crazy person. Not necessarily. I haven't seen it, but like, if you were locked in a fucking tower your whole life, you would be a crazy person. I'm not locked in a tower, but I don't talk to a lot of fucking people, and I'm a fucking crazy person. You know, it's like the 2000s Grinch. They did a great job with that character because he literally is just like a man who's suffering from cabin fever because he doesn't think he deserves friends. He doesn't think he wants friends. Like, that's what you would get.
Impression asked, y'all think the Wish Girl has a chance to become a Disney princess? So I think she was supposed to be. And I think she was probably marketed to be. But I think they fumbled the bag so hard with the writing and all that type of shit that she probably isn't. Like, when you think about it, I don't think she is a princess because she starts the movie as a peasant and ends up being like, I don't know, like a wish granter. I didn't watch the movie, but
I want to say, because
so
no, I haven't heard positive things about it. It's everybody just kind of bitching about it, but at the same time, it feels like it's a movie that you don't even need to have like positive things to say. You just have to be like, oh, it was all right. It was a movie.
Yeah, like, and I feel bad because, you know, like that, and okay, like part of me doesn't like. Okay, Asha, I could have appreciated her if they, you know, didn't try to do too much. You know, and I think they were like, let's make a princess of color because that's what people have been demanding.
Yeah.
You know, and then it's like she feels like a decade of people asking for dumb shit that they shouldn't have been asking for. Like, we want a person of color. We want her to be strong and independent. Don't need no man.
Yeah. They tried to do everything at once, which is very funny because
so like
all the criticisms I've seen of the movie is like the whole conceit of the movie is that a bunch of people are asking for dumb shit, are just wishing for all these things, and the main villain of the movie is supposed to be like, oh man, he's like a totalitarian, like a mean guy because he doesn't want to grant every wish, when every fucking person is like, okay, well, there's gonna be a lot of the wishes are goofy and silly, but theoretically, like realistically, there's one guy who's like, I want genocide, I want murder, and even if it's not like that, even if it's not that extreme, how many people want to be the best like chef? How can you grant every wish if they're
there's probably just a bunch of chicks wishing to have bigger boobs or something stupid. It's like, bro, stop.
Yeah. But then that's the thing, is that like the game, like the movie itself is wish fulfillment for too many fucking things at once. So they are just an example of why that in and of itself is an example of why the villain had a fucking point. Because you made a wish fulfillment Disney movie and now it's a Frankenstein of too many different fucking things that don't work. Which I feel like I haven't seen the fucking movie. I probably shouldn't be being this down on it, but I kind of revel in the fact that
we're trash and we only see reviews and we take other people's opinions to heart.
I want Disney. I want Disney to bleed.
So what?
It's a big company. Fuck it. Fuck them.
I would like the playing field to be a bit more even. You know, like how it was like in when like Don Bluth had them on their fucking toes.
Yeah, exactly.
But yes, I heard that the girl from Wish was supposed to be the daughter of King Magnifico, like in the early drafts. Like, bro, like the story seemed perfect, but I don't know. I think they let feminism get in their fucking way, and they're like, oh no, we can't just have like, I don't know. And, you know, I don't know how to you know, deal with white dudes feeling like they made a white guy the villain. It's like, bro, he's brown too. He's just less brown than Asha. I don't know. Fuck.
Yeah. I mean, that's kind of the thing. It's like how a lot of people like to complain about movies that don't pass the Bechdel test. I was listening to, there's this guy I follow on Twitter. He's called like Possum Reviews. And he literally said, I think they were complaining about Oppenheimer doesn't pass the Bechdel test. And he was like, you know what movie does pass the Bechdel test is Twilight. And Twilight is literally about like a woman Like it's not a good fucking story. It's a woman like fucking choosing between two dudes. That's the entire story. Is, oh man, I gotta choose between two dudes, and also I want to be a vampire. You want to know what other fucking you want to know what other movie test the Bechdel test passes it? Debbie Does Dallas. You want to know what Debbie Does Dallas is about?
A lot of porn actually passes the Bechdel test.
Yeah, because it's about women. You know, maybe it says something about porn that maybe we're not giving it enough credit. I'm sure there's a lot, because a lot of porn, the plot is very simple, but it's about, I'm a woman and I want something. Oh, I got big boobs, I'm gonna use that. But like I feel like I want the Bechdel test to be wrong, because every time people bring up the Bechdel test, it just feels like they're trying to make me feel guilty. You know, this really great movie, oh, it does everything right. It's such a great film. There's so much you can take away from it.
We're so close.
But it does
Another Life, right?
Yeah. Oh, but it doesn't pass the Bechdel test though. So it's sexist though. It's you should have a woman in it. You should have more strong, which that's not a bad thing to want. Is the thing. Like that's not and I should we should preface that it's not a bad thing to want well-written, strong female characters. But like it's just done in such an annoying, like people bring it up in such a fucking annoying way that I want it to be like, well, you know what does pass the Bechdel test? Porn. Do you think there's a lot of strong women in porn fucking other dudes? You know, take that, like, fucking. You know,
critics. I think a problem is like trying to be too formulaic with your writing and also trying to like. Yeah. Also, I think a lot of problems like Disney protagonists face is that they want to make the characters likable right off the bat.
Yeah.
And sometimes that doesn't work.
Yeah, it's why they made like Hunchback. You know, Hunchback is very interesting because they do break a lot of rules. Like the main protagonist, he doesn't get the girl. He doesn't look, conventionally attractive. But he's also just got this like celebrity ass voice, and he's not like kind of like mentally challenged like in the book. So you can see there's like Disney always has to kind of compromise. I don't know. My thing is, I think, like, it's good to... No, I don't even know if I want to take it there. Like, I think it's literally like you said. They were trying to do too many things at once. They couldn't just, like, focus. Especially because it's Disney. Like, Disney... There's so much expectation for what a Disney movie is going to be. It's why Pixar was so refreshing. Because and I think Shea Frillis, he talked about this. With a Disney movie, it has to be a fairy tale. There have to be certain caveats. But with a Pixar movie, you can make the joke of, oh, it's just X thing with feelings. It's Cars with feelings. It's Boston. But they will make a movie about goddamn anything. They made a movie about a rat that wanted to be a chef. They made a movie about, like, a fucking race car. They made a movie about, like, the concept of emotions. And that's why they, were basically, like, flagged. They were the fucking flagship of Disney in the early 2000s. Disney would not be like...
Okay, like, oddly enough, I kind of think when I put some feminism down, one of my characters actually got better, Yeah.
No, but that's the thing. Like, it's good to have identity politics. Like, it's good to keep that in mind, but I think there are a lot of people, I'll catch myself doing this, and I don't even like identity politics, where you'll overthink. And you'll be like, man, if I do this, I want to do this, but if I do that, is that bad? That's against the rules. You're not supposed to do that. That's a trope that people don't like anymore. And it's like, it's okay to make a character kind of problematic. It's okay to make them a little, because they're fucking people. And people are not, like, perfect fucking, like, Disney characters. Even Disney isn't perfect. Like, you are essentially gonna write, like, a perfect fucking Disney princess if you write a completely, like, perfect character. That's why I kind of like the way they handle, like Princess Peach in the Mario movie. I think she does way too fucking much, to the point where Mario isn't even needed in that film. But there are at the very least a lot of ways they could have done it worse. Like when she talks, you get the you get the feeling that she is just like a regular ass woman. She just happens to be good at everything. But they never have the trope of like somebody tries to help her and she's like, "Oh, I don't need your help. I could do this myself." There are a lot of just like fucking red flag ways of writing that shit very badly.
Yeah, that's probably why I like a character from Sophia the First. So Sophia has a stepsister named Amber, and so the Amber starts off kind of being a spoiled little brat, and it's hilarious to watch. And like when you think about it, when you're like a born into royalty with like unchecked power and privilege, it's like, I mean, would you be nice? I mean, most of the princesses are pretty nice in the show, but that's probably why I like her so much, is because she starts the series off being like the most spoiled, vain little brat, and then she grows to be like a very nice young little lady. It's great.
Exactly.
And like you can also enjoy her over the top like frivolity. It's like, oh yes, it's great to be a princess, and you're like, so, like, let's be honest, she was kind of telling Sophia to like get rid of her poor friends.
It's fun to see a character. I mean, that's why I love characters like that. We love Shrek because Shrek is kind of an asshole, and then throughout the movie, like, he becomes less of a dick, and he like lets people in more. There are a lot of characters like that. Fucking Scrooge, the Grinch, like characters that have to go through a transformation. I mean, that's why you make a story, is that a character will not be the same, like, going on the journey than they will be like when they come back from it, which isn't always true. You can have static characters and still have them be entertaining, but like there has to be something there. There has to be some kind of flaw there. You know what I mean?
And now that I think about it, it's like, did that Raya, you know, the girl from Raya and the Last Dragon, like, did she get inducted into the Disney princesses, or were they just like, oh yeah, she has too much of a grungy aesthetic for her to really fit in, which, you know, that's what I would say, but it's like, bro, if you're gonna make her a princess, fucking commit. I don't know.
Was Raya even a good movie though? Because I don't even, like,
I haven't seen it. Like,
I'm biased because I don't really watch a lot of movies nowadays, but every time I see a new Disney movie, I'm like, well, it doesn't even look like, that's like a parody of itself. Like, I saw the Raya like commercials, and I was annoyed by it because it just looks, maybe this is a little bit racist to say because it has like Eastern aesthetics. It just looks like Avatar, and there were like the Four Kingdoms like Avatar, and then
a lot of people said that.
You see the fucking unicorn, and the unicorn is the only like, oh yeah, this is like Mushu, this is like every fucking comic relief character, like, awkward much, they think I'm this powerful dragon, but I'm actually not. I'm like, I've seen that before. I don't care about it. And it's like, that part sticks out so much with the other, like, serious-ass fucking Avatar world. You know?
Like,
but I didn't see it.
I think there was a lot that movie probably could have done better. But, you know, or... I definitely think it's up there with Wish of... It let everybody down.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was trying to do... It probably did try to do too much.
And there were like
I don't know. Maybe it didn't do enough. I don't know. Like, I think they tried to be funny, but also have like a epic quest type story. And it's like, bro, this is just... I don't know what you're looking for. Yeah, and I think that's also the other problem. Like, when people want a certain Disney princess, is that they want a character with the title of princess, but they don't want one that actually does princess things, because most princesses don't have challenges.
Most princesses nowadays, and I think this is true for I know you haven't seen the fucking Mario movie. I keep bringing it up because I'm a Nintendo, but like, they want a warrior in a dress is what they want.
Yeah.
And
they want Xena warrior princess.
Yeah.
with different outfits.
But they don't do any princess-ass things. They don't make tea. They don't fucking have, like, parties. They're not diplomat. This is one of the things... It would be interesting, because a lot of princess characters, like, they're damsels in distress or whatever. It would be interesting to have a princess, like, not just be a warrior, but actually be a fucking, like, politician. Like, do some Game of Thrones shit. Be a diplomat. Fucking manipulate people. Try and fucking sway people to your side. Might be a little
too complex for kids.
Too complex for kids, but like, there's ways of doing it. I think if you're a good writer, you can make it work. You know, like, you don't have to have kids sit through like a boring ass economic fucking discussion. But I mean, here's a good example, right? Like, and this is another Mario example. But there was a Mario RPG called Bowser's Inside Story, and the beginning of that fucking story involves, like, there's this mysterious plague going around that's like toads are inflating to the size of balloons, and it's actually kind of eerie because nobody knows like what it is or where it's coming from. And so Peach like assembles a meeting, and there's a bunch of fucking ambassadors or whatever there, and like she's the head of it. She's like, okay, we gotta get to the fucking bottom of what the fuck is going on. And then part of the she like asks the star spirits. We gotta ask the star spirits. They know what's going on. And then the star spirit that comes down and it's like, yeah, I don't know what the fuck's going on. And then it's interesting because then like Bowser shows up, and he wants to help too, but he's like, why the fuck didn't you guys invite me? And it's like, what do you mean? Why the fuck did we invite you? You're Bowser. We're not gonna invite the villain to the epidemic meeting, to the pandemic meeting, essentially. And that was interesting because she was actually doing her fucking job as a diplomat, as a fucking like, you know, politician. And it didn't have to be. It wasn't boring because you yourself were wondering like, what the fuck is? Yeah, what's going on with that? I don't know if that makes any sense.
I mean, like, imagine if fucking Kofi like showed up to like the COVID meetings. It was like, why didn't you guys call me?
Yeah, Kofi.
No, I mean Joseph Kony. Yeah, that's what I meant.
Yeah, Kony. Yeah. Why didn't you invite fucking Kim Jong Un or any of those people? Yeah. What do you mean? I'm affected by this too.
It's like, I've only been trying to nuke you for like 4 years, but come on.
Yeah.
This is a humanitarian crisis.
This is a humanitarian. It's called the United Nations. All right? That doesn't mean the sort of kind of united with some people nations. It means all nations are united. Even the. No,
I do think like the United Nations is a club, and not every country is in it.
Well, the United Nations is fucking. When is the last time the United Nations really did anything? And I'm not a politically literate person, but I just know every time the United Nations tries to do something, like they'll try to tell other countries to do shit, and they'll be like, well, that's nice and all, but you don't speak for us at all, so we're not going to do any of that. It's like the meme. There was a meme in the Discord about like the United Nations said the United States, for environmental reasons, you need to eat less meat. And literally every single person was dunking on them because they're like, well, you don't get to fucking tell us to eat meat. We're going to eat more meat. Go fuck yourself. And I'm not saying that's right or wrong. But it's just an example of like they are an impotent organization. We're getting back into politics. We shouldn't be involved in politics. Fuck.
Well, let's go back into cartoony princess politics.
Let's go back into identity politics with the cartoon princesses, yes.
Okay, so like a lot of because I think a lot of writers feel that arranged marriage is like the most unfeminist thing you can do. So
I mean, yeah.
But the thing is, that's kind of what you need to do as a royal, is to you know have these marriage alliances and you know ensure the continuation of your dynasty. So no, you can't go around marrying peasants or being gay or all that other stuff, is because it would mess up your kingdom. Yeah. It's like sometimes being a princess is doing stuff you don't want to do. You cannot follow your heart all of the time.
Game of Thrones asked for, which is funny because that is what a Disney movie is about, is following your heart and like defying convention. Actually,
that is something that they do a lot.
I mean, fuck, the prince like marries in Cinderella. That's literally like the prince finds the golden slipper and is like, this woman this was one night of a woman sweeping me off my feet. I'm gonna marry this fucking peasant woman because goddamn it, that's what's in my heart.
Cinderella isn't a peasant. I think she's a noble, but she's just abused by her fucking mom.
She's abused. I don't know why. I don't know why this one particular like part of your family you're gonna just treat like shit. But I don't. Well, it's a fairy tale. I guess I could analyze it until the cows come home, but it's a fairy tale.
Like when you think about it, like there's only like 3 princesses that married other royals. So like Snow White, she's a princess. Aurora and fucking Ariel. Like that's it. Yeah. Everybody else is fucking peasants.
Yeah. But I think also, like, the peasants kind of prove themselves as leaders. Like, I mean, like, you look at Aladdin, he's a street rat, but you see this especially in the TV show.
It's good every now and again, but, like, if it's, like, basically every woman is, like, a streetwise, like, you know, like, I feel like there's, like, fewer of the princesses are actually born princesses. They're just, like, regular schlubby women who kind of just end up marrying dudes. I don't know. No, Anna and Elsa were royal. I don't know. Fuck it.
With Aladdin specifically,
but they didn't do royal shit either.
Show,
they just kind of sat in their rooms and complained about how lonely they were.
Yeah, but I'm saying sometimes it's good to marry a peasant because sometimes a peasant is streetwise and knows certain. Like every time something bad happened in the kingdom, they went to Aladdin and the fucking genie, because hey, turns out having people that know how to fucking fight and actually get shit done is good for the kingdom. Even if he's a lowly fucking urchin boy, he does more. He like is more of a diplomat than fucking Jasmine is. I don't know that because I haven't watched the show in a while.
Well, okay, like in the sequel movie, they like sequel side stories and shit. They have her doing diplomatic shit, but like let's be honest, like in the main movie, she wasn't doing any shit.
No, she was in her room complaining that she has
no friends, hasn't seen the world, doesn't know what money is.
Which I feel like that too. It's funny, as a 30-year-old man, I can relate to the Disney princess. It's like I want to see the world, but I don't know how, because I'm a man-child who was infantilized his entire life. I'm like Jasmine. This movie should be. You know what? This movie should be for me.
You don't have to like Jasmine because I like Jasmine.
What is it? What did they say?
I don't know. The VOD of this is gonna be great. I can't imagine somebody stumbling upon this. Like, what is this? Oh, Pong? Oh, cool. What is this? Wait, what are they? What identity politics? What is this fucking Sargon of Akkad shit they're talking about?
Like, do guys worry about politics, or is it just like, oh yeah, yay, a new movie, great?
I mean, that's kind of and I don't mean to sound like an asshole about this, but that is, I don't even know if no, guys don't. Guys absolutely do not worry about identity politics, for the most part. But that's kind of the beauty of being, like, that's what you should, I don't want to use the term privilege, but I think that is kind of a privilege that we don't have to. Because every character is a guy.
Maybe gay guys.
Gay guys. Well, even then, like, that less and less, because gay has become, I don't know, there are definitely parts of the fucking South where that's still a big issue, but like for the most part, you live in a sane part of the country, and gay people have a lot of representation. But like I think I would want that for all like creeds and genders and shit, where you don't, because right now, as much as people take it way too fucking far, there is a reason to be somewhat invested in identity politics, because like the playing field, as much as it's gotten better, isn't even, and there are a lot of fucking like different, like we could see a lot of different like races and body types and shit. We're getting to the point in the world where the white guy aged 25 to 30 is not the end-all be-all voice that gets listened to. So I want one day to have it.
I need to watch like Manosphere bros get mad like about movies where like the dudes are useless. It's like, okay, imagine how women feel watching RoboCop. God.
I definitely, that's the thing, is like going back to the Mario movie, but I definitely fucking feel like that. The fucking, because they make fun of Mario. He doesn't even need to be there. Like, Princess Peach is literally just like, oh, your brother is captured by Bowser? Alright, I'll drop you off there, because it's cool to see another human. They literally ask, like, she says she's going on a fucking quest, and one of the Toads is like, who's that guy with you? And she's like, it doesn't matter. And then they leave. And I'm like, fuck it.
Yeah, I feel like I would feel a little slighted if I watched the Super Mario movie, and it's just, it's what Super Princess Peach should have been.
Yeah. But again, like, she is written like a woman. So, she could have done, like, you could have had one scene where she had, like, a tea party or whatever, because it really is, like, she's, like, running around with a battle axe or whatever. But it was done well. It was done as well as it could be. But yeah, that I feel like we definitely do. I don't really pay attention to the manosphere necessarily, but I can absolutely see Andrew Tate complaining about like men in movies. I can see that.
I think Ben Shapiro complains about it more. I think, bro, he was like fucking mad at the Barbie movies. Like, dude, get a fucking real job. Fuck.
Yeah. It's funny how that shit goes like full circle, because the people that complain. I mean, that's why like, you know, I have very like old man feelings about certain things. I'm like somewhat centrist, but mostly I'm just a crotchety guy who doesn't want to care about things. But part of the downfall of like the quote unquote skeptic community was those people became the people that they complained about, where they found reasons to be mad at identity politics, and they found like ways to just make everything about their issues, which was the complaint they had about, you know, like certain sects of feminism, is that you could talk about like starving children. Like, you look at the Quartering, you know, is a good example because he's a fucking idiot. He could be talking about starving children in Africa, and he could turn that into a conversation about, you know, third wave feminists ruin everything. I'm like, well, where the fuck did that come from?
Yeah, so like I sometimes watch like, you know, like the anti-fat positivity whatever movement videos, because, you know, dunking on fatties is fun. But like there's this one dude who gives like manosphere energy, where like, here's the thing, being fat is unhealthy, but I'm not the type of person where it's like, all you got to do is put the fork down, bro. Because like, it's a little harder than that. You know, there's some metabolism issues, and then like you got to remember that food is also a social thing. It's a social psychological thing. It's not just something that you can just be like, oh yeah, I don't really need to eat today, you know. And then like, shit, feeling hungry isn't a fun feeling, you know.
No, it isn't.
And
you've got to work through the pain.
And then
sometimes you just have to.
I don't care about alcohol, but I wouldn't tell an alcoholic that, oh, it's just easy, bro. Just don't go down the alcohol aisle. Like,
just put down the bottle,
you know.
Come with me to the bar, by the way. I want to have a fun night out, but you know, you get yourself an O'Toole's, and I'll get myself a margarita. You know.
Yeah, like, you know, I feel like when you like working out and you like dieting, like your brain is just different than people who like food and doing that.
Some people are lucky because they're predisposed to enjoying that kind of, which I think a lot of people.
Yeah, I have never felt a runner's high. I just feel like my legs feeling tingly, and it's not fun, and I'd rather just be inside and laying down.
The thing is, though, I feel like there are some people who think that they don't like exercise, but if they actually like committed a little bit more, they would learn to like it. But maybe that's just me being optimistic.
Are you one of those people, or is it just a myth?
I don't know. Well, the thing is, I'm not active at all, but I also think there are some activities. I don't know. Like, I like hiking. I could see myself, and I did like it is like a challenge, because the thing is, like, I do like some activities. I like the idea of some activities, but with exercise, there's a lot of like, you got to push yourself and you got to reach the pain limit or whatever. I can feel like I did boxing lessons with my dad. And it was really fun, and it was like, I like the idea of like being able to box. That's a cool thing, and I'm gonna commit to it. But I also be
like put on the spot and you gotta fight somebody.
Yeah, it's a fun feeling. Like, I don't feel helpless. I guess I don't feel like a fat helpless Melvin, which I'm not really a Melvin. I don't look like a Melvin, but you know, it'd be good to build on what I have now. But I could also, while I was doing the training, and my dad is like 60. Is the thing. He is older than 60, and he was doing fine. I could feel my stamina bar going down halfway through the fucking the lesson. And we had to do, you know, punch one, punch right, punch left, punch right. Keep your hands to your face so that you can't... So you had to remember that. Sometimes I forgot that. I had to bring my hand back to my face. I was afraid when I got... I don't want to use the word delirious, but when I got a little bit, like, you know... fucking like drowsy from it, I was afraid I was going to start punching myself in the fucking face because I forgot, I gotta bring the hand back, whoops, you know. So I get it, exercise isn't always fun, but I feel like the more you do it,
well, like, they're mostly fat because they're eating too damn much and in denial about it.
I eat too damn much too, and I'm, you know, I mean, that's the thing. part of getting in shape is there. If you want to do anything, there's a little bit of sacrifice. There's a little bit of pain in it, and some people just don't want to feel that. I don't want to fucking feel that. But then you get to the point where, but you get to the point where your weight, like, you can feel uncomfortable because of your weight. There are moments, because, like, I'll go up and down. Sometimes I'll eat a little healthier. Sometimes I usually fall back into bad habits. But I know things are bad when I'm just laying down and I still feel uncomfortable. Or when I'm, like, breathing weird, like one nostril is kind of closed. And I have to, like, I'm like, man, I'm laying on the pillow wrong. I gotta keep my nose in a certain direction. You know what I mean? Like, that's not fun. And, like, finding out you don't fit in any of your fucking clothes. Not even for, like, oh, man, I don't know what like, literally just because, oh, man, I don't want to buy new clothes kind of shit.
Yeah, it's like, because, like, bro, like, anytime you buy clothes, it's like, it's an instant $180 no matter what you fucking do, unless all you had to do was, like, buy one pair of jeans and you'll never have to do anything again.
I am a total fucking, like, neckbeard on this because I fucking hate clothes shopping. It's not fun for me. It's not fun. I don't know what the fuck any of the brands are. I don't know what... I think I'm better at matching now. But, like, I really don't care.
Neckbeard activity is hating shopping?
I don't know. Like, clothes shop... Well, I like shop... I don't know if it's a neckbeard. Maybe I'm selling myself. I'm trying to stereotype myself. I think there are a lot of guys that don't really give a shit about what they're wearing. But that's the thing, is I don't like clothes shopping. And I think as a responsible adult...
Skinnier and had way more money, I would enjoy clothes shopping a whole lot.
But, like, as a responsible adult, like, what you're wearing, like, affects how people see you. So you have to kind of try and be... Like, you don't have to dress sharp, but, you know, dress not everything could be a t-shirt. Well, the thing is, I say not everything could be a t-shirt, but the weird thing is, I've gotten the most compliments when I wear, like, a porky-ass t-shirt. And it's not even from, like, nerd... It's from, like, regular-ass women. When I wear the new... Like, I have this one shirt that was, like, a hand-me-down from somebody else. And I thought it was kind of creepy and cringy. It's like a noodle bowl, and it says, send nudes. But every time I wear that, I will get, like, a compliment from some stranger. And be like, oh, that's cute. And I'm like, oh, thank you.
It's stupid.
It's the stupidest... No, this is the thing, is I think you think it's stupid, I think it's stupid, but, like, we're kind of... I don't want to use the term, like, we're not normies, because that's a cringe thing, but we're not normies. And I think, like, regular-ass people kind of find that a little charming. Like, oh, it's a pizza. It's a cat surfing on a pizza. I wish I had that shirt. Kind of thing.
I feel like normies would find that tacky. I don't know. Like,
no, you'd think. You'd think, but they love it. They love that shit. The cornier, the better. The cornier, the fucking... They're like, he's fun. He's fun. I like him. He's fun.
So, like, funny story. The shirt that's on my still, when I drew this still, I did not own this shirt yet. This was, like, my dream shirt.
Yeah. It looks like a nice shirt. I mean, you said you were into, like, vaporwave aesthetic.
Yep. Yep, from Vapor 95, not sponsored.
Wow. Yeah. Do you own the shirt now?
Yes, I do. I'm so happy. I don't wear it a lot because I don't want it getting messed up. But yeah, it's fun. I feel so nice. Yeah. I feel like a cool girl.
Yeah. You feel like a rad chick, as they would say in the 80s. A gnarly...
Yeah, like, their stuff is kind of expensive, so, you know, it's like a $30 t-shirt, and then you gotta, like, pay for shipping and everything. So I had, like, a gift card that I won in a giveaway, because sometimes they do giveaways, and that's great.
Helm just said, Goodly, you'll love buying socks one day.
I don't know if I want to think about that part of my life right now.
Oof. I don't know, man. Buying some good socks, like one that are cotton, and like there's a lot of them, and they're like the right length.
Yeah, there really are some bad, like some terrible socks, because I'll get like sometimes for Christmas or for certain occasions, like around Christmas, I'll get like socks that have like a bunch of patterns. They're like, oh, you like fucking Nightmare Before Christmas? I got you some Nightmare Before Christmas socks, and I'm like, that looks cool, and I'll try to fucking wear them. but my fucking feet will tear through the socks because they're made through such like shoddy fucking material. They're not the right size, and I'm like, all right, I guess I'm never gonna wear these. It doesn't matter anyway, because who the fuck is gonna look at socks and be like, oh my god, is that Jack Skellington? Like, nobody's gonna.
I'm sure you'd impress a lot of goth girls.
Yeah.
You wear them with some khaki shorts. You show that you're like, sure, you're a business guy, but hey, at night, some night stuff, spooky, scary skeletons.
Hey, you're one of them. You're one of them hoes that used to wear a Gurr hoodie to high school every day. I remember that. That was a better part. That was a better time in my life. You want to hook up? How do you feel about? Have you heard of? There's this obscure comic I used to read. It was called Johnny the Homicidal Maniac. I don't know if you've heard. Little obscure author Jonan Vasquez. She made a show about an alien and his green dog, and that was what the hoodie was from. I know you don't know what the hoodie was from. You just saw that at Hot Topic and said, "Oh, that's cute," but I know what that's from. I would get all the.
I'm sure if someone buys a Gurr hoodie, they should have been at least old enough to watch Invader Zim.
No, but that was the thing, is that there's like a phenomenon, or there was a phenomenon of people that literally, like, they just know Gurr as a character, but they never watched the show. They're like, oh, that's a cute character, and then you tell them, oh, you like Gurr?
Well, to be fair, like, Invader Zim wasn't Nick's favorite show to air, you know?
No.
So, like a lot of times coming on like super fucking late at night, so like if they missed it, that's actually not too unbelievable.
I mean, here's the thing though, I think the more popular a character gets, they go through like a rite of passage almost, and it's a cool thing for like a character to accomplish where the character is so old and so well known, like people will know the character, but that doesn't mean they watched anything the character was in. If they all become like Hello Kitty. You know, I think Mickey Mouse was that for a while, where he was just like, you know, Disney had to get people...
You mean like Betty Boop?
Yeah.
Most of people have not seen a Betty Boop cartoon. They're kind of boring.
I was informed that Betty Boop... I didn't know, because, like, when you see Betty Boop merchandise, she's white, but apparently she's black. She's like a light-skinned black person.
I have heard that, but, like, you know, like, I think it's... Part of me thinks it's black people... you know, getting mad about white people and cultural appropriation. So, like, the thing is, a lot of...
It's not people getting mad.
And
they're proud. They're proud.
Like, okay, let me... Well, okay, well, the thing is, like, Betty Boop's creators are Jewish, so, I don't know, like... So there's, like, a lot of weird blackface iconography in a lot of those old-timey cartoons, so is it possible that she's based on a jazz singer? Perhaps.
Well,
but,
yeah, you look at
like, let's be honest, it's a lot of unsourced info. So, like, I kind of, like, hear that rumor with a bit of suspicion, you know?
She was based on a certain, like... Because I remember being shown the actress, and it's like a very light-skinned actress. So, I can imagine, like, when you make that into, like, a cartoon person, like, it's hard to tell. The thing is, like... I don't know, maybe I shouldn't be name-dropping these two people as if they're, like... Like, basically, Brains and Zuki told me that she was black. So, I trusted both of them. So, I think, you know, as much as I've seen white versions of her, I think Betty Boop is black. I don't know.
I think that's like one of those black people mad at white people urban legends. You know, like, I need to find, like, for real source stuff. Like, just because you hold two photos side by side doesn't mean, like, that's what it's supposed to be, you know?
Yeah. Well, you know, I don't know. I guess there's different...
I'm probably not invited to the BET Awards anymore. I don't know. It's like, how dare you?
This is the thing, is I don't know what, you know, I don't know what of what you say is a hot take and what is, like, well, I mean, that implies that there's, like, a fucking... There's, like, a thing that you're supposed to believe in that. I don't know. I probably shouldn't get into it.
Have you heard that apparently Starfire is supposed to be black because she's based on black people? It's like, really, she's not. She's based on all sorts of women.
Yeah. Yeah, well, you'll get that shit. It's people that want to complain about whitewashing when, like, a character is, like, one shade lighter than they were in the game. I don't know. Again, I don't think we should get into this, but... I like how we're saying, we shouldn't get into this even though we already went into the fucking...
Yeah, it's
Disney
like,
princess.
bro, you brought it up.
I'm sorry.
I would have been okay with just saying Betty Boop is a character nobody knows.
Yeah, I had to flex. I had the virtue signal. I'm like, I know things. I know black things. God, I fucked up real bad.
I think, well, like, Gurr is also popular because remember in the early 2000s that, like, one gif of Gurr dancing was, like, super popular?
Oh, yeah, I remember that. But like I was saying, like, with Mickey Mouse, like, at some point, he was just a character to sell watches, and then Disney had to, like, get new blood in to remind people, hey, he's actually a character, and then we got those new Mickey Mouse shorts, we got Epic Mickey. So I can see that happening, like, maybe not to Gurr, that's kind of a different thing, but I can see that happening to Jack Skellington, where, like, the new generation, like, didn't necessarily watch Nightmare, but they just know him as, like, oh yeah, that's the guy on the hoodie. He's from something, I don't know what. My fucking dad watched it. My
I feel like it's a movie that gets played on ABC Family now, Freeform every year. So like,
yeah.
I think Jack will be fine. But you know, I mean, if you're talking like real far into the future, like 2068, maybe.
Yeah,
Who
maybe.
knows?
I'm so I am. It's a weird thing to be proud of. I don't know if pride is the right word, but I am weirdly proud of Jack Skellington because that whole movie was about how like he wanted to be a Christmas icon. And it was like, no, you can't be a Christmas icon, Jack. You're a Halloween guy. You can't take this shit. But like now, because of that movie, he's become a character that every Christmas you'll see him in his Santa Claus suit at the fucking CVS in some snow globe, and like people will put big light up Jack Skellington inflatables on that one. And I feel like a weird sense of like, you know what? We did it, guys. We did it. He is.
Yeah, it is so weird.
He's a Christmas character in the same way that like Rudolph and Frosty are a Christmas character. Like like the Grinch and Scrooge.
It feels so weird to be proud of a cartoon character, but I have felt that feeling before.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I'm proud of you, my son.
It's like I should feel that way about, I don't know, like one of my like
actual
nephews.
People.
Yeah. It's some kind of fucking horrible sociopathic thing where I'm probably just projecting my own self onto a character, but I don't know. I certainly do feel it.
I don't know. Like I feel like if you like, you know, if you've been like watching them for years and stuff, it's like, oh yeah, progress, great.
Yeah.
You want to know the character I felt that weird pride for?
What?
Gaara from Naruto.
Oh, I don't really know.
He went from emotionally tortured demon host to happy boy who's fucking mayor king of his village. Good for him. I'm so happy for him.
Is he like the sand guy that kills people by accident?
He's the scary sand guy, yeah.
Yeah, and the sand kills people for him, and he didn't want that.
Yeah.
I vaguely remember that. I'm glad that he is doing good for himself. I'm glad that he got a glow up.
Well, he combed his hair, and now he looks like a fucking looks like, I don't know, like a golfer. Stupid haircut, but good for him.
He went through his emo teenage phase where he was going through a lot of shit, and then he's like, yeah, you know, I got shit together though now. I golf. I got 4 kids. They're going through their phases. I'm trying to get them through it. But
okay, I mean, it is kind of goofy to think that the spiky anime hair isn't like a careful style, but just motherfuckers not combing their hair in the morning.
Yeah. Like it's not like gallons and gallons of mousse and hair gel. Well, I mean, that's anime for you. That's all the characters fucking look like that at some point. You know?
Like, yeah, I brush my hair now. Can you tell?
Yeah. Oh, like so you mean like that's bedhead for him? Is what that fucking...
Basically.
Oh no.
Like, bro, like, okay, so like in Boruto, which is the sequel series to Naruto, he got his hair cut. I mean, it's still spiky, but it looks like a little, like, you know, army guy shaved shit. It's like, oh.
Yeah, oh.
It's funny to look at. I don't know. I mean, okay, like, don't get me wrong. Like, I'm happy when anime characters finally fucking change their hairstyle for once, because it's like, bro, come on, Goku.
You're not Mickey Mouse.
A brush,
you know?
a ponytail.
Yeah.
a high top fade. You have so many options.
Yeah. It's weird, especially when they just look like fucking people and they have the same outfit. Because, like, certain like simpler cartoon characters, you can get away with that. And then odds are they're gonna have a gag where they open up their closet and it's like 50 different versions of the same outfit, and you're gonna, oh, that's funny. But with a regular, it's like with anime, there's more of like a realism to it. Of like, well, you're supposed to be a real ass person. I mean, you can breathe fire out your dick, but yeah, no, you're like a real guy. I can see you. I don't know.
How's the Pac-Man going?
It's going great. I got one life left.
I can't believe during this whole fucking like 3 or 4 hours I haven't said, "Are you Dandorying and such?" Like I planned I would.
No, well, you had a whole fucking checklist. That's the wonderful beauty of podcasts, though, is that, well, our fucking streams is sometimes you have shit planned, but then you don't do it because you're like, no, fuck it, spur of the moment thing. This is more entertaining, or this is more.
Be fair, like figuring out to get our mics to work took all damn night.
Yeah, it did.
So it never happened.
Yeah, I really wanted to just end the stream and then restart it and pretend like it never happened. I might cut that entire fucking part out.
Well,
I can cut that part out of the VOD. Fuck it.
We can just leave a timestamp.
Yeah. Timestamp. Like, technical difficulties.
Timestamp when we actually get our shit together. 20 minutes in.
Yeah, 20 minutes in. Oh, you guys are gonna love the true crime part. An hour in. Skip the presidential election talk and go straight to the identity politics Disney princess rant. You're gonna love that. It's fun. I feel like it's so fun to do timestamps if it's just like rambling nonsense.
Well, I told them like to put us on while they're folding clothes or something so they don't feel lonely. So maybe that'll help.
I told the person today, I'm like, I'm streaming, and they were like, oh, what's your channel? I'll look you up. I'll fucking try and stream, and then they're just gonna see this shit.
Oh.
I don't know.
I hope you're like. Do your family watch your streams, or do they get horrified by the terrible things you say to internet people?
They don't get horrified. I don't know. The funny thing is, like, my parents specifically will watch my streams, but I think I have an agreement with them where I'm like, you can watch the streams, but don't watch the streams live. So that's the arrangement. I don't know. I think my dad, like, it's one of those things where they just want to be supportive. So they're like, yeah, I don't get any of the things you're talking about. I don't like any of the things you're saying. But I'm glad you have a hobby, son. I'm glad you're trying to make some shit. Is kind of the thing. They laugh at something. They do laugh.
My boy.
Yeah. They did say, they're like, yeah, you're funny. You could be on the radio. Which I like,
Oh yeah, because I guess you're like weird. You're like the weird, awkward son until it's like, with my people, I come alive.
Yeah. It's like I don't say anything. I'm like, this, Well, I do say stuff sometimes. I don't know. I guess it depends on the day or the mood. That's the thing, is I've always been kind of like, I gotta find my people. But then my people are all online, and there's a little bit of a shame to that of like, well, I talk to people online. It's like, okay, but that's not real. I'm like, look, yeah, it gets real. I have a lot of meaningful relationships, and it's like, no, you don't. No. I don't know. It's very
like,
strange.
okay, the thing is like, sure, it's a big world, and sometimes you live in a big city, but it's like, bro, you're not talking to everybody at once.
Yeah.
And it's like, like when you're at work, it's like, okay, like high school was the most fun, like socially most fun I've had. So many people who were like me, but like at work, it's like you got people from different age groups, people from, well, everybody's from a different economic background, but like, it's like some people are from different states entirely. It's like, damn, nothing going on here. I mean, sure, I guess a lot of us are very different, but it's like, but we got similar hobbies. I mean, not everybody's into Pac-Man or art or making fun of people, but who knows?
Making fun of, and it's the weirdest combination of like, I like these children's games for babies, but I also like making fun of man-children who are worse off than me. But you know what I hate is when other people do that. When other people do that in a mean way that I don't like. I resent those people, but I do it too. Anyway, like I'm fucking psychosis. I don't know. It kind of feels
I
like
feel like we should wrap up the stream because, well, one,
Yeah.
I'm kind of hungry, and
yeah, we should
it's
probably
late.
stop. All right, yeah, I'll just yeah. The thing, it's like
We gotta
1:34.
finish up this game, I guess.
We just kind of kept talking, and I was like, oh well, it's fun talking. Yeah, I think we're gonna just call it a night. I don't need to finish. I was gonna try and finish Dig Dug, but like I died, so I was like, I have to do that whole thing again because I didn't hit continue fast enough. So I think we're good. To the people that are still here, thank you for coming. To the people who donated, thank you very much. Yeah, Star, I'm glad I had you on. I'll be happy to have you on again. I'd like to have you on again. I don't know when, but at some point, I'd like to get a group of people where it's like a revolving kind of roster of people. I don't want to have everybody in the server on, but just like a few fucking people where it's like host, co-host kind of thing.
People are cool enough because I don't know. I feel like some people will be like, oh, they don't let me out of the basement. Time to save slurs, or I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
Or
yeah.
sometimes they just don't. Sometimes people just don't vibe right,
Yeah.
especially for like long stretches of time.
Yeah. Yeah, but it was good having you on. I will. I'll be seeing you later. Yeah.